Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with perky, now that hair by numb is veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost, see, I glossed to it, shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game? Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change. I'm quick to catch a body. When I shoot, he shoot, I know bro shooting right beside me. Them hollow tips go through the wall and then they hit his body.
The alleyway.
Why yo? Why yo? Why yo? Why yo? Why yo?
Yeah, we had street dreams. Street dreams. Put my life on the line for this shit, we had street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Yeah, we had street
Diamonds
dreams.
in the guest, whoa. Yeti's on my chest, whoa. All about my check, whoa. Nigga, this ain't checkers, this is chess, whoa. Put one in my head, cause I played it up this fast, whoa. Look, these bullets generous. Gangsta and a gentleman. Feeling like I'm SP, I don't deal with middlemen. Bosses, I'm on bosses. Chrome horse mixed with crosses. Smoking palm leaves while reflecting on these losses. Street dreams turn to nightmares in the
Street dreams. Street dreams. Put my life on the line for this shit, we had street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Yeah, we had
Dreams
street
of being
dreams.
Pablo, dreams of being Chapo. Never expected this though. Lost a couple homies, stuff fucking with my mental. I ain't never cried so much in a year. Skipping red lights, nigga, you won't leave me here. Mind playing tricks on me, we make it clear. 40 stuff in the mind clear, ain't no fear. Street dreams always turning nightmares. Street dreams always turning nightmares.
Street dreams. Street dreams. Put my life on the line for this shit, we had street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Street dreams.
Why yo? Why yo?
Yeah, we had street dreams.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I need y'all to thumb up them videos. Hit the like button, man. We getting lit in here. I need everybody to thumb up the video, man. Let Big Average Power know that y'all enjoying the live stream. Need y'all to thumb up that video. Thumb up that video, man. Support the channel, man. I need everybody to support the channel. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody.
The smoking hurt my lungs, but I keep smoking. This one for my brothers.
Major, baby.
We 15-year plus niggas. Niggas gotta act accordingly. Whatever it takes. This smoking hurt my lungs, but I keep smoking. And my brother Jay was here, he tell me keep going. I can feel my family, can't leave the streets knowing that I gave my all, ain't have shit, now I want it gone. Opposition want my life, I gotta keep toting. On different shit than last year, I gotta keep growing. Too many niggas in the sand, and now they daughters rolling. I saw my brothers with that, yeah, they had it snowing. I seen them pull up with that. I ain't going. If I'm sending shots back, I know my brother's going. Feed the streets and teach the youth, a youngest had to show. Before I let them kill my son, nigga, I'ma blow. Before I let them kill my brothers, sisters, I'ma blow. I met a plug out in Cali, we had it grown. But extra package, we on rapping shit, we had it going. My young niggas killing Ubers, I'm a paranoia. I wish it never what it was, that's how it unfold you. They sneak this and that, my nigga, for the turmoil. First time they heard my flow, they said we struck oil. 15 years through the mud, shit, we still loyal. My heart is cold as ice, but my blood is still boiled.
We're still here. I still have my practices. We know who we are. This is who we are. So you can call me colored, you can call me Negro, you can call me black.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be
What kind
kidding
of
me.
Indian are you?
Like Tonto Indian?
Shinnecock Indian.
Really? You're a Shinnecock?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Shinnecock.
Could have fooled me.
That's the kind I am.
Hey.
So you should be Big Chief Bastard, not Old Dirty.
His family was here when Columbus landed, huh?
Is that right?
Yes.
So you are not a black man, you're an Indian.
I'm an Indian.
No kidding. Now, this is a shock.
We are learning more to...
I don't need no gun to do my thing. Mao Zedong said that power grows out the barrel of a gun. He never said that power was a gun. That's why I don't need no gun to do my thing. What I need is some freedom. What I need is the power to determine my destiny.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me hear. yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with perky, now that hair right up his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost, see, I glossed too, we shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I want to say peace and blessings, grand risings to all the American Aborigines. Hopefully everybody's having a great grand rising. If so, can I get y'all to drop a fire emoji in the chat? And also thumb up the video. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Grand rising, this is the Wake and Bake Show, man. You already know the vibes. Shout out to the 112 people that's in here already. This grand rising, we just getting started. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's try to get 300 people, 400 people in this live stream, this grand rising. In order to do that, I'm gonna need each and every one of you guys to share the live stream. If you're new to the channel, just now listening in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Very, very important for you guys to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get all your latest updates and notification to your live streams. All right. So yeah, with that being said, shout out to everybody that's in the chat that's not able to comment. I also want to shout out everybody that's in the chat that did take their time out to comment. So I want to say shout out to Hemi the Barber, Fact Check It TV, Drake Cobb's Music, Shan TV, Makita Johnson, Eastside 1415. We got a Duke, Ghetto Child Clinic, Haru Duke of Great Lakes, Antone Williams, Moses Blackman, Aboriginal Tomahawk. We got Finest. We got my big brother Tayshawn in the building. We got Cool Face, Enox, my big brother Original TV, C. Roberts, Leonidas, Laurel Grassroots, my elder Pop Reed in the building. My other elder, Gretchen Hams, the beautiful Gretchen Hams. Shout out to Gretchen Hams. My big brother 111 Truth Searcher in the building. Shout out to him, Matthew Simmons. Nonetheless, shout out to my big brother nonetheless, man. Shout out to Shot Alpha. Shout out to Lady Land Goddess. Shout out to Buck Williams, Juice, Keith Tolliver, Son of California. And also I want to give a special shout out to Craig Lloyd for supporting the channel, sending in a $2 cash out donation already. Make sure y'all support the channel. Don't let Craig Lloyd be the only one that support Aboriginal Power platform today. So if y'all want to support the channel, Cash App, PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen. Shout out to Brendan Rogers, Anthony L. Pickens Jr., Rodney Lewis, Bat Creek, Michelle Norton, Coppertone, Shamel Thompson, and Tyrone Ling in this motherfucker. By the time in the building, Dre Cos, Big Chief, Fuck You Crackers, Juan Torres. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I want to say peace and blessings, man. So since I got all y'all shouted out and we got y'all attention, it's been some crazy energy. 2022 has been a crazy year. 2022 has been a crazy year. Shout out to the Naga, the legend, Naga Charlie, Nicole Johnson. Good to see you in here. Good build you had today, too, Aboriginal TV, going in on the description of Hannibal Hamlet, going in on Benjamin George. I forgot the nigga name. Abraham Lincoln, Noah Webster. All these people was described as black people. So that was some good drop that you put in today. Shout out to my brother. Aboriginal React, Mega Traveling Man. I'm not gonna hold you guys up too long, man, but I do want to kind of lock in before I get into some of the audio and video that I got for you guys. Our people are a different flow of people. We have a lot of immigrants and tethers that come over here, and I believe that we've been in a position of detrimental and deprivement for so long. We come to the point where it's okay. You understand what I'm saying? We to the point where it's okay to be emotionally attached. And a lot of these other people understand how emotionally attached they is. They know that they can say certain things and they'll get a reaction. That means you're emotionally invested into someone else's opinion and actions. See, this is how they can alter the movement or the conversation or the flow of the way one should move. We got to really stop that, you guys. We got to stop being such an emotional base, because emotional base reactions is borderline jealousy based actions. Emotional based actions is borderline jealousy based actions. Us as American Aboriginal are not a jealous people naturally, but it does happen within our community. And this is something that we have to stop. So, I don't want to, get around into too much. I want to kind of get straight into what I got lined up for you guys. So let's get that off the screen. Let's get right into it. Shout out to everybody in the building.
2022 at 8 p.m.
Shout out to everybody in the building.
We will be right back right here on Tariq Radio. Listen up.
We good.
Discuss all topics intrinsic to the Black experience.
Let's get it up to where we need to. All right. Let's
Red's funeral. Yeah.
What we're going to talk about tonight, I want to let y'all know that we got the building for the museum, guys. We actually got the building for the museum. We had to do a whole bunch of paperwork. We got all the insurance stuff locked in today. So all of the funding went back to everybody. Everything got funded, meaning that everything went through everybody, the previous owners getting paid, my real estate people who are working their asses off, and it gets recorded officially tomorrow. It gets recorded into the record, but we got the museum, guys. We have the museum out here in Los Angeles. We officially have the museum.
I want to go down this weekend. I don't want to say and tethers, and some of you foundational niggas even is going to be a little mad about this. Y'all been making excuses. I even heard people within this conversation this week, is Tariq gonna get the building? He ain't gonna get the building. He's a fraud. Well, now you got to bite your words. And that's something that we have to stop doing as niggas too, is pocket watching other people's profit margins. I mean, damn, the brother fucking raised the money and bought the museum in less than a year, and y'all still was asking, when is it happening? When is it going? I was going to tell people, at least give it a year and a half or two before you even start asking questions. Hell, Umar went on a 10-year run before niggas started really asking questions. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man. He's always came through for what he said. And a lot of people like to call him a fraud and all this and scam. I don't look that way. I don't pocket watch niggas. And especially if you're not the one. And if I ask you guys, most of you guys who are saying that Tariq is scamming, if I ask you guys, how much money did you guys donate to him? The answer will be zero. And I will say, oh, okay. Well, why ain't the people that donated and actually sent in money complaining? Why is the niggas who haven't invested a cent complaining about their non-investment?
They win because you got to be very careful about talking about your whereabouts now, and that's what we're going to get into on today's broadcast. I will be down there this week, and I'm going to show people what the inside looks, man. I can't wait. I'll let y'all know when. But again, I got to, as we see circumstances going on out here in these streets, you can't be telling your location and where you're going to be and when you're going to be there. Okay, and that's what we want to talk about tonight. And first, I want to thank all the family who contributed to the acquisition of the museum. We're going to make this thing fly, ladies and gentlemen. And what it took only a year to get the building. So that's doing relatively good. It took us a year to get the building, but damn it, we did it. We went through a lot of trials and hurdles, but we did it, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the inside of it. We're going to do a walkthrough just to show y'all the inside. We're going to freak it and make it fly and all that, but it's going to be fly. So I keep everybody posted. I keep y'all posted. Oh, man, what we want to talk about, I want to talk about the culture of emotionally based decisions. Now, what does that mean? Now, this is in relation to our young brother, PNB Rock, that young brother being tragically taken away this week. And a lot of people are talking about that. And I want to talk about how we have to start doing things based on logic. I've really been on this logic thing. We got to start doing things as a culture. We have to start being more logic-based. We have to start moving in a more logical fashion. We have to start making our decisions based on logic because, see, we've been taught to do everything based on emotions. We've been told to do what you feel first and then think later. We've been told to just jump out the window and then deal with logic, or let white people deal with the logic or the logistics of things. Because, see, logistics and logic, it can get boring sometimes. Sometimes sitting around thinking about the mechanics of something or the logistics of something, that can be.
Hey, man, I am going to drop the link in the chat, man. I think it's a good idea, man. It gives opportunity and show that crowdfunding can be done in a positive manner. If y'all niggas want an Aboriginal museum, then you know you can crowdfund for it. I'm willing to support. I'm pretty sure thousands of other people in the community is willing to support that movement. All right, so we got to learn how to stop pocket watching other niggas. That's feminine shit. That's shit that females do. How much money you make, daddy? No, mind your business. How much money are you going to give me? How much money are you investing?
Boring. See, we've been taught to be adventurous. We want to jump out the window. We just want to do things. The more brazen, the better. And that's not how you're supposed to live.
Family, we have to get into more.
If this nigga Tariq can raise some shit, you don't think one of us out the Aboriginal community could put together something and raise some shit? I mean, I think it's very easy. I mean, I don't know, because a lot of people in our community do too much pocket watching, and that's a tether tactic. We need to let that go. We need to stop that shit.
Logic-based living. We have to start making logic and following logic a priority. I talked about this the other day. We don't follow people, we follow logic. I tell people all the time, I'm not a leader. You don't follow me, you follow logic. I'm a good person at pointing out logic. Logic was here in the universe before I existed. When you do things logically and follow logic, things kind of work out for the best in anything you do. Now, how does this relate to the situation of our young brother being taken out of here? There's a few things that we have to look at, and how logic over emotions can help prevent stuff like this. Because, family, there's too many scenarios where there are Black people who are rappers, and Los Angeles, unfortunately, has become a graveyard for rappers. This is where rappers come to die, unfortunately. So many rappers have died out here on the West Coast, particularly Los Angeles. Biggie Smalls, Nipsey, Tupac died
in Vegas at the hands of some Los Angeles dude.
Well, actually, Biggie's Tupac died at the hand of some Compton dudes. Orlando Brown is from Compton, or Compton Crips.
Drakeo, did I say Pop Smoke?
Slim 400.
So many others. And hell, just this month alone, rappers have been shot at, almost robbed. You understand? So this is a heavy thing that we have to start looking into from a logical standpoint. I was talking the other day about how a lot of this stuff, people chop it up to, well, the streets are hungry right now. That's one factor, but you couple that in with jealousy. Yes, there are people out here who are hungry. The streets want to eat. But the thing is, when you primarily target other Black people, that's not really about the streets trying to eat. That's really emotionally based. That's based on jealousy. You dig? It ain't just cats getting got in the hood. You dig? Some people say, well, Black rappers get got at because they go down to the hood. They go down to the hood with their jewelry on. No, not necessarily, because let's keep it a buck. Whenever these hitters go to the suburbs, they'll skip over the white folks to get at a Black person in the suburbs. Look at the situation with the Black executive Clarence Avon. His wife got killed by one of these coon goons up in Beverly Hills. They skipped over all those mansions and prime real estate in Beverly Hills to get out of the one little Black family living there. You understand? That's jealousy. And that wasn't random. Just like with Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke wasn't in the hood. He was in the Hollywood Hills. They skipped over all of those places in the Hollywood Hills to get at Pop Smoke. You see? The only time they'll go to the suburbs is if it's a Black person in the suburbs to go get at them. See, that ain't just somebody trying to eat. You're trying to eat, you hit up some of them white people too. Not saying that you should. I'm talking from a logistics standpoint. If you trying,
I feel like all that skipping over and going to target Black other Negroes and our people targeting our other people, that comes from this pocket watching mentality. You don't want nobody to outshine you, so you because it makes you feel less of a man. You hate to see somebody being successful because it makes you feel less of a man because you're not successful. So you want to bring them down to your level, and these people are willing to kill to do that. Excuse me. I believe this goes back to that pocket watching mentality. Oh, we don't want this brother to shine, so we're going to bring him down to my level. See, it took me a while to understand the way I think. The way I think now is not the way I thought 5 years ago. I was 25 to 26 when y'all first seen Big Aboriginal Power making YouTube videos. I've experienced a few things since then. And what I've experienced is App TV said something that was very critical yesterday. He said we used to have our own culture that was heavily embraced. Now we are indulging into foreign concepts that has been ushered into our community due to some of these cultural appropriation things that we invented. One has been hip hop. You got foreigners running hip hop, and now these foreigners ushering foreign aspects of their culture into our communities. Our youth look at this, not able to decipher between this black tether and understand that they are not the same. They look at them as the same as us, and they are following these foreign aspects that has been inserted. That's why it's very, very acute for us to teach our kids and acknowledge and show how different skin folk is not your kinfolk. Our kids must have a very acute understanding of who our people is and who our people is not. We have lost our way. Yes, we do have our issues, but is there a lot of other tethers that's coming around dumping their trash on our shit? I'm okay with cleaning up my shit, but I'm not going to clean up mine's in yours. So come clean up your shit, tether, and now I can start the process to clean mine. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
And to eat, and your primary
goal is to get some paper. You start hitting up suburbs like Orange County, Brentwood, Beverly Hills. You start hitting licks in rich places that's rich all the time. You'll start hitting up them white people driving Rolls Royces all in the hills. If it was all about the streets eating, but they're not doing that. You're not going to touch white God. You're not going to touch white mommy, white daddy.
But see, you go after the black person,
Right. And back in the day, that's how you know. And I'm not pushing or advocating. I need everybody to hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, thumb up the video. If y'all enjoying the conversation so far, support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of shit, man, that we're dealing with.
White daddy.
It's a lot of shit that we're dealing with. And like I said, back in the day, we will go to these certain areas and we will have people that will go across the tracks, do their crimes in white neighborhoods, and then come back and bringing the riches back to the neighborhood. Not saying that's a good thing, but it was something that was said in Lil Durk's song. He said, we used to rob all the crackers for their shit and then they buy it back. And that was a real concept. That was a real thing. Now you having people robbing our own people within our communities. This is a foreign concept. This is what tethers used to do as they came in. This is what tethers used to do as they used to come in. You see what I'm saying? As they come in, they wouldn't have shit. They would come into our neighborhoods and steal. They would bicker around. You know, our grandma used to say, watch them Mexicans, watch them people, that they would be new and straggling along in our community because things often came up missing. You understand me? See, we're not just these criminals that's been paraded around in media and cinematic films. That is the illusion that they have gave to you. You know, a lot of these gangsters in films and then all these crime-ridden people was these foreign tethers that was coming here with no moral code of ethics and not understanding the American way.
But see, you're after the black person, that's an easy lick. You think the black person doesn't have as much protection as the white people, but here's the thing. You still do the same jail time.
You go get out a black person.
Right. And that's the thing. You go rob a black person because you mad because this black person outshining you. And so you're going to rob them because it makes you feel less than a man. But you'll go through 5 white neighborhoods and skip over them people shining you. But you think white people supposed to shine. You think they ice supposed to be colder than ours. See, y'all niggas got a fucked up mentality coming into this shit already. Y'all already got a fucked up mentality coming into it already. You rather rob and take down your brother because he's outshining you a little bit, but skip over the white man who you feel like supposed to outshine you. So you just gonna skip over him because you feel like he supposed to outshine you. You got the wrong fucked up mentality, my brothers. It's time for you guys to wake up.
Person, you still do the same
jail time. All of these people who are killing rappers, notice they're going to jail, and they're going to jail for a long time. The dude who killed Nipsey, he's going to jail for life. The dude who killed Clarence Avant's wife, he's going to be in jail for life. You're going to get the same jail time. There's no special benefit to robbing the black person and killing and harming the black person other than a psychological satisfaction
that you brought another person.
And this is something else we got to stop letting niggas tell us, man, that we don't have culture. That's some of the most pathetic shit I've ever heard. I'm even hearing Pan-Africans that's not really Pan-African, that's not African. They Pan-African ideology. They American by bloodline. It's something should boil in your blood when somebody looks you in your face, ran from their homeland, came to your shit and tell you in your face that you don't have culture. That you don't have culture. Like we don't have traditions. Like we don't have customs. See, you niggas have become indies. Y'all niggas have become the made up construct of this industry. Y'all products of the industry and this colonization system. You mean to tell me we don't have culture? These people invest their lives, workings, and spendings to be a part of some of the fractions of our culture. Hip hop is just a fraction of our culture. And look how many foreigners and tethers tether on and indoctrinate and indulge inside of our culture. Swag is culture. Style, fashion is culture. Food and fragrance is what they call grandeur. We have culture, man. We can't let these people come around playing these silly fucking word games. When you niggas coming around copying everything that the American Aborigine do it, but just because we do it, it ain't culture. What?
Who looks like you down.
I ask motherfuckers, what is some of y'all culture in Africa or in this place? Oh, well, we cook this and we wear this and we sing. Well, we do the same shit. Y'all come here, eat our fucking food. Y'all sing our fucking songs, and y'all put on y'all put on the same shit the way we wear it. Y'all are practicing our culture.
Down to your level because you are just so
jealous to see him shine. See, it hits different when a black person is shining. See, when a white person is shining, in your coon mind, you're like, well, he's a white man. He's supposed to shine. But if a black person is shining, oh no, that reflects badly on me. That makes me look bad as a black person. I'm struggling while a person who looks like me is shining. That makes me look bad. So let me bring him down to my level. See, that ain't about just the streets eating. We have to understand that that's jealousy based, and that's based on emotion. You see? See, this is why we got to get manhood back in the game. We got to get this raggedy nonsense out of here where males, particularly black males, are taught to get more in touch with their feminine side. We have these males being raised in these households without male leadership. You're raised around mama, grandmama, aunt, sister, so you raised in an emotional environment. You're taught by all of the feminine energy in your home to make decisions based on emotion. If you feel a certain way, act out. Because see, when women feel a certain way and they act out, there's no real repercussion. As a man, if you have an emotionally based demeanor and you act out, folks are going to get at you. So now you have to create a defense mechanism to get at people before they get at you. You see? So you have a lot of violent feminine niggas out here. Are y'all feeling me? You have a bunch of violent feminine dudes out here. So you act aggressive and feminine because you were raised around feminine energy. And this feminine energy just taught you emotion. So you're struggling financially and you're mad and jealous and pocket watching other black men who are getting it, who are not emotional. They're out here operating on logic. So instead of logically soaking up some game from those dudes, which is what you're supposed to do, when you see another black person shine, you say, hey, let me see what kind of game that dude has and see if some of that game can rub off on me. That's what a G is supposed to do. You're supposed to look at somebody shining who's close to you or who look like you and say, hey, let me soak some of that up so that I can utilize that for myself.
Let me chop up game with.
That's the way it's supposed to be. But it's no longer like that. Niggas will see you doing something and then hate on you. They'll go and look for dirt or makeup or stimulate or infraction inserting of some type of negativity. This is what it stimulates. I remember back in the day when you used to see people doing fly shit, get money shit that interested you. You would come up to them and you would try to stick around to pick up on game. A lot of you niggas don't do that. A lot of you niggas that get around just to look for a flaw so you can demonize and decredit the person that's doing positive for itself. See, you niggas is some hating ass niggas. And this is the hate that produce hate, man. We got to kill that. When I see you brothers shining, y'all doing things, man, sometimes I see y'all, and y'all know this in the community. Sometimes I see y'all brothers doing something, and I hit y'all up behind the scenes and just be like, man, y'all doing y'all thing. Keep doing what you're doing. Or I'll send a donation in and be like, yo, keep doing what you're doing. Because I really appreciate the work that y'all doing. Whether it's in a different lane, whether I totally agree with it or not, I appreciate it. It's well needed. You understand me? So we got to stop that, man. When we see people elevate, man, we got to learn how to pick up on some of that game and how you can apply it to your lane. Let me say it again. You need to stop hating on a brother. Pick up on some of the game and see how you can apply it to your lane. Seriously. Stop that hate shit.
See what kind of game that dude has.
See if some of that game can rub off on me. That's what a G is supposed to do. You're supposed to look at somebody shining who's close to you or who look like you and say, hey, let me soak some of that up so that I can utilize that for myself. Let me chop up game with that player and peel some ism up off of them so I can use that for myself. Because obviously he's doing something right. But an emotional based dude thinks like a woman. And when women sometimes
are catty and they look at other women, they're like, oh.
Let's be very clear. A lot of these dudes is emotional around her, and especially in these conscious community, Pan African, Hebrew, even in the Aboriginal Indian community. A lot of you guys are emotional, too emotional, way too emotional. And I feel like we got to stop that. We cannot keep on allowing that to be part of our repertoire, to be part of our nature. Peaceable, uplifting, and elevating people is part of our nature. It's in our spirit. We have lost our ways, family. I'm not saying we are the We just fucked up because a lot of people fucked up. We fucked up. But even though we're fucked up, we still shine like nobody else shines. Nobody has witnessed and went through what we have went through. Maybe a few people had fractions of what we went through, but nobody has totally stepped and walked in our shoes. We must add value to ourselves. We must add value to our culture, our customs, and our traditions. And stop allowing people to come over here and pillage, shit, and undermine you while in the same sentence telling you you don't have culture.
Popping anyway, so at least I can
get a psychological satisfaction and some street clout that I took out a heavy hitter. That's the epitome of bitch made. You understand? So we have to understand that type of energy is out here. Unfortunately, this is why what we have to do is we have to start operating as a family unit. We have to prioritize man, woman, child, families. The white supremacists, they throw all of these monkey wrench relationships in our mix, and it creates chaos psychologically. Family, and out here in LA in particular, I remember going to the LA County Fair some months back, and I did not see one black traditional family where there was a black man, black woman, black children. You know what I saw when there were black families? Black woman, black stud, and all types of different looking children who looked like they came from about 8, 9 different daddies. That's dysfunctional. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all can play this game if you want to. When you see stuff like that, that's hella dysfunctional. So you can imagine what's going to come out of a household like that. That's all I saw. I remember seeing that at LA County Fair. I'm like, what? These studs with these women and a whole bunch of kids.
What the hell?
That nigga said a stud with a whole bunch of kids. That's some circus shit right there.
What the hell is this?
Or you'll see some bed winching and some swirling going on. You see? Now, what kind of relationship are you going to see, or what type of offspring are you going to see with that? You feel me? When you see this bed winching thing going on, imagine the kids coming from this raised by these suspected white supremacist males. How's that going to turn out? So there's a lot of relationship
Dysfunctions out here that we have to start.
Yeah, we got to start restoring this relationship system. You understand me? Like I said, we making decisions emotionally based. And like I said, emotionally based decision is borderline between a jealousy based decision. Shout out to Love Moves in the chat. Can we get everybody to hit the like button? Shout out to Love Moves in the chat for the Cash App donation. Shout out to Love Moves for the Cash App donation. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen, ticking across. Shout out to all the American Aborigines and the FBA brothers and sisters in here, man. Can we have the 260 people that's in this live stream to thumb up the video, you guys? It's very important for the family to thumb up the video and to share the live stream. Let's get this message out, y'all. We lit in here. If y'all can hear and see everything loud and clear, drop a fire emoji in the chat. Let's continue. Shout out to everybody in the building. I want to send my love and blessings to everybody and to each and every one of you guys' family. Let's go.
There's a lot of relationship dysfunctions out
here that we have to start prioritizing, saying, hey, we have to raise traditional families. We got to have man, woman, child. We have to have some male leadership in these families. Ladies, you cannot do it on your own. The white feminists lied to you. You cannot do it on your own, and you know you can't do it on your own. You don't have to save face. It's okay to say, hey, I need a man. I need to have when I get out here and have children by people, let me have children by people who are somewhat responsible. Dudes, you better be careful about who you lay up with. You have to value your seed. When I started doing my Mac Lessons radio show, I talked about the importance of men valuing their seeds. Just don't drop seeds off all over the place and don't nurture your seeds. You create monsters that way. That's what you did on the plantation. You sat out here like a plantation buck, spreading your seed all around, and you said, hell, white daddy will take care of them. That creates monsters. Black men, we cannot create monsters. Nurture your damn seeds. Nurture your seeds. Your seeds and your children, those are investments. You have to invest in your livelihood. You have to invest in your legacy. Stop having low self-esteem. You're thinking, I ain't gonna never be shit, so let me just have a bunch of babies and I'll procreate like a damn rat, because that's what rats do. They just procreate and just run through sewers. Have more value for your seed, because this is what happens, guys, because it all comes back to you. I talk to sisters who work in nursing homes and places like that, and a lot of sisters say these nursing homes are being filled up with a bunch of younger black men in their 50s are being put in nursing homes. You understand what I'm saying? You go downtown Los Angeles, you see a bunch of 50, 60, 70-year-old men on Skid Row. I want y'all to feel me tonight. We're going to talk some real talk tonight. Why do you think you see all of these middle-aged and elderly black men all on the streets in Skid Row? You know why? Because they had children who they didn't nurture and they did not take care of. And now that they're older, they're infirm, they cannot work, they can't get out here and make money like they're supposed to. They don't have no children to take care of them. So your children turned around and abandoned your ass just like you abandoned them. You see how that karma works? You better nurture your seeds, because your seeds will eventually have to take care of you, and they're going to give you the same energy that your dusty, low self-esteem ass gave them. You see? If you have a drug habit, charge that drug habit to the game. Get that bullshit out of your system, because that's a cop-out. We're going to get real tonight. We're going to talk real tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said, not everybody in LA is like this. We're not saying that. Of course, everybody in LA is not like that. But we have a problem here that we need to address, and we need to start fixing some of this stuff. Making these emotionally based decisions. We got to think logically. If I have a child, and if I neglect my child, if I get older and I can't do anything, who's going to look out for me? Nobody. Your children are supposed to look out for you when you get older. You understand? Somebody said Jesse Powell died. R.I.P. to Jesse Powell. That's the singer. Singer Jesse Powell died. I have to look more into it. I don't know too much about it. But family, we have to think emotionally. I mean, we have to not think emotionally. We have to think logically. I'm sorry. We have to think logically and stop thinking emotionally. Now, people are saying, yes, people are thirsty in LA. Now, let's go into the PNB Rock thing. Now, when they announced that PNB Rock was killed, they were saying that he got killed at the Roscoe's in Inglewood. So everybody was assuming they were talking about the Roscoe's over there by the 405 when they said that he got hit at the Roscoe's on Inglewood. And that shocked a lot of people, because that Roscoe's, you know, it's a pretty calm Roscoe's. A lot of people go there. That's more of a tourist attraction. So that shocked a lot of people. It even shocked me. I'm like, damn, they got him there out of all places. Damn, that was bold. You know, that kind of threw people off. Now, let's be clear. That area, that's an active area. They do get active over there. But that narrative was just so out of the norm. We didn't, damn, that Roscoe's? because everybody goes to that Roscoe's. Everybody in the area, that's a pretty popular Roscoe's. And it's not too far from the airport. So a lot of times people hop off flights and go right there. So people were very shocked until it came out. It wasn't at Roscoe's. No, it was on Manchester, but it was on Manchester and Maine. And when people found out which Roscoe's it really was, they were like, oh, I see. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, he got hit over there on the east side. Yeah, it started making a little more sense. Family. Now, let me say this. Even though we should be able to go where we want to go, eat where we want to eat, we do have to be logical about how we move around. Let me be clear. I know a lot of folks over in that area, but family, if you are not from the area and you don't know nobody, you should not be over in that area, especially with a bunch of jewelry on, especially if you are somewhat of a high profile person. The people, when he went in there, some people knew who he was. From what I understand, I think he was taking pictures with some people in there. That is, somebody said that area is sketchy. It's beyond sketchy. That area is real active. You are in the belly of the beast over there. You surrounded by some serious sets over there.
And the thing is,
and listen, it's some other news that we heard about the PNB shit, which I'm probably going to do a build later on this evening on BAP News. So if you ain't subscribed to BAP News, make sure you go down to the description box below, go to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That's the new channel. If you don't want to type it in on YouTube, it's BAP News, all capital letters, BAP News. Man, go check it out. We will be going live over there. This afternoon, we're going to be talking about the P&B topic and conversation. We're going to get into a few different aspects and perspectives. And we're going to be pulling out a lot of evidence over there on this particular topic. So make sure y'all get over there and go subscribe to BAP News. We will be going in over there off of there today. Listen, if y'all can hear me loud and clear, and if y'all proud to be an Aborigine, proud to be an FBA, drop a fire emoji in the chat. Drop a fire emoji in the chat, man. We're going to continue the live stream.
You go to an area like that, who do you know in town? You must not know nobody, man. You must not correspond with anybody for you to even go there jeweled up like that. And I'm not trying to blame the victim, guys. I'm really not. But I want to talk about how important it is for us to make logical decisions. You better understand where you are. Now, this brother PNB Rock, somebody tried to get at him on Fairfax, I think. Somebody recently, he was on I think Academics, and he talked about somebody was trying to kind of get at him up there. So if you know how active the vibe is, you need to move a certain way. See, a lot of these guys get into this emotional ego thing. Well, ain't nobody gonna punk me. I'ma go where I want to go. See, that's emotion. That's not logic. You better be careful. You can be the most tough, thirsty in LA. Now let's go into the PNB Rock thing.
I don't know what the fuck just happened to my shit, man. That was weird. That was real weird.
The girl, and I'm not going to beat up on her because a lot of people, just the dude who swoops down on you, he might be
a cowardly coon hopped up on whatever narcotic he's hopped up on. So you don't know what's going through the hearts of other people. You understand? And I'm not trying to blame the victim, guys. I'm really not. But I want to talk about that. family. Now, let me say this. Even though we should be able to go where we want to go, eat where we want to eat, we do have to
Mic check,
be logical about how we move
mic
around.
check, mic check. Are we good? Can we get a mic check? Can we get a mic check? If y'all can hear me, I don't know what's going on. They just fucking with the channel right now. If y'all can hear me, drop a fire emoji. If y'all can hear me, the fire emoji lets me know y'all can see and hear everything. Please drop a fire emoji. I want to see it flooded. That lets me know that y'all can hear it. They playing with me this grand rather.
Let me be clear. I know a lot of folks over in that area, but family, if you are not from the area and you don't know nobody, you should not be over in that area, especially with a bunch of jewelry on, especially if you are somewhat of a high profile person. The people, when he went in there, some people knew who he was. From what I understand, I think he was taking pictures with some people in there. That is, somebody said that area is sketchy. It's beyond sketchy. That area is real active. You are in the belly of the beast over there. You surrounded by some serious sets over there. And the thing is, you go to an area like that, who do you know in town? You must not know nobody, man. You must not correspond with anybody for you to even go there jeweled up like that. And I'm not trying to blame the victim, guys. I'm really not. But I want to talk about how important it is for us to make logical decisions. You better understand where you are. Now, this brother PNB Rock, somebody tried to get at him on Fairfax, I think. Somebody recently, he was on, I think, Academics, and he talked about somebody was trying to kind of get at him up there. So if you know how active the vibe is, you need to move a certain way. See, a lot of these guys get into this emotional ego thing. Well, ain't nobody gonna punk me. I'ma go where I want to go. See, that's emotion. That's not logic. You better be careful. You can be the most tough, courageous cat out there, but you better understand that you can get touched if you move the wrong way. Anybody can get it, so you better move the right way. Stop being emotional and just be logical. You ain't no punk for wanting to survive, because even though you're courageous, you don't know what cowardly crackhead has a gun out here. Just because you're courageous, the dude who swoops down on you, he might be a cowardly coon hopped up on whatever narcotic he's hopped up on. So you don't know what's going through the hearts of other people. You understand? You better kind of know somebody or ask around, because a lot of people are like, why did they go to that Roscoe's out of all the Roscoe's? What the hell did you do that for? And most likely he was with his girl. And I'm just, this is my conjecture. They were probably coming from Orange County or somewhere. They were probably coming from someplace in Orange County, who knows? And his girl was with him, and she was like, I got a taste for Roscoe's. And he's probably like, okay, where's a Roscoe's near here? I don't know, look one up. So she got on her phone and looked up a Roscoe's off the 110 somewhere. Oops, I see a Roscoe's right here. We real close. Okay, let's go there. This is my conjecture, but that's what it sounds like they did. They went there on a whim. They just Googled Roscoe's and went to the closest Roscoe's near them. Oh, man. And they didn't know you didn't know the peripheral of the neighborhoods, man. Damn. Locals don't really go to that Roscoe's over there. Dude. Sometimes, man, again, as men, you better learn how to make decisions. And a lot of people are beating up on the girl, and I'm not going to beat up on her, because a lot of people are beating up on her for getting in the Roscoe's and then taking pictures of the food and putting the food picture on her timeline and posting where they were. People are like, why in the world would you do that? A lot of people are beating up on her. Some of it is unjustified, but damn it, some of it is justified. Girl, what were you thinking? What the hell? What were you thinking? Putting that up. They weren't thinking. See, and truth be told, LA is a very deceptive city. That's why a lot of people get caught up here. A lot of people come to LA and they'll go somewhere, and our hoods don't look like normal hoods. That's the thing that throws a lot of people off. See, when you go to other cities, you can tell when you're in the hood because everything is dilapidated, everything is raggedy, everything. You see, abandoned cars and run down buildings. You know when you're in the hood in other cities. When you come to LA, you don't really know when you're in the hood. You can be somewhere and the neighborhood actually looks nice. You go down to South Central Los Angeles. You go down to Compton. Aesthetically, Compton is a beautiful city. People have well manicured lawns, nice painted houses. The grass is green. You go down to South Central LA, the lawns are impeccable in some of those places. The houses are painted nice. Everything is very clean. But you go to a stop sign and somebody will run up there and blow your brains out at the drop of a hat, and you never knew what hit you. That's the thing that throws so many people off, man. When y'all come to LA, man, do not be fooled. People come out here with that ego thing. Man, I ain't gang banging or nothing. I ain't with no gang. I ain't trying to be with no Bloods and Crips, so I just move around like I want to move around. No. Get that bullshit out your system, man. That's ego. That's ego. And in fact, some of these dudes, they want you to think like that. They want you to be comfortable like that so that they can run up on you. And that's the trademark, running up on people in broad daylight. They got Jazzy Faye like that up at the Grand Lux Cafe some years ago. They got him in broad daylight. They'll get you in broad daylight when you least expect it. You think you're safe. You're like, hey, I'm out here in public. I'm in a restaurant. It's a bunch of people. Niggas will walk up in there, order some takeout, and then walk up to you and be like, hey, give me all your shit right now. Oh, not fast enough. We'll take 2 of these and then walk out and take your food with them and your jewelry. You never knew what hit you. Unfortunately, that's where we at out here. Unfortunately. And my dude, PNB Rock, again, he must not have had any people who can sit him down and give him the lay of the land. If you're from some other place and you want to move out here, you better talk to some people. You ain't really got to run with cats, and you ain't got to so-called check in like that if you're living out here, but just kind of know somebody and talk to them and find out the layout of the city. And another thing, this emotional thing where you have to floss. You don't have to floss. That's emotion. It's like, I want everybody to look at me and see how successful I am. You better be careful. You don't have to do that, especially in a city where people are getting it in like that. Humble yourself, man. Like PNB Rock, I've seen pictures of him like standing on top of the Rolls Royce and got money all spread out on the hood of the car and all of that. Family, my young brothers, don't come out here doing that. Don't do that out here. When you do that, cats out here doing the Birdman hand rub. Do that, but down south, back east, it's cool to do that. Don't do that out here. Do not floss out here. There's a reason why dudes dress down out here. A lot of people think, well, LA, y'all ain't got no fashion. No, dudes dress down because if you flossing, you're making yourself a target. And let me tell you something. When dudes come out here and they know you're not affiliated with nobody, see, they can, the wolves can tell when you're not affiliated. You see? They can tell when you're an out-of-towner and you're not affiliated because you come out here wearing a whole bunch of gaudy jewelry. The first thing somebody says, oh, he's from out of town and this nigga don't know nobody. he ain't really clicked in with nobody, because if he was clicked in, he wouldn't be out here with all this jewelry like that. So let me make a couple of phone calls and we're going to corner this dude off. I'm telling y'all, that's how they think. When they see you with all of that gaudy jewelry, that's a green light on your forehead. Just put a green light on your head, man. Because they know you from out of town and they know you ain't clicked in with nobody. So they gonna get your ass. Niggas be making phone calls. You don't think just because you in Hollywood, you're good. They get cats all up on Melrose. They get them on Sunset. Eyes are always on you out here. The eyes are on you, dude. I've been driving around with the top down on Melrose, and I've had people send me pictures of myself. And they weren't hostile. They were like, hey, man, I just saw you on Melrose, man. If I saw you up there, I would have gone to get a picture. Man, I wanted to get a picture with you, man. I was yelling, but you didn't see me. They were friendly, but what if they weren't? You understand? Cats see you. People see you. People see you. Now, we can get into the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Oh, damn, it shouldn't be like that. Hey, there's a lot of things that shouldn't be, but that's just how it is, unfortunately. That's how it is, unfortunately. Right now, in Los Angeles, there's a big economic gap between the haves and the have-nots that's based on race. This is why we're fighting so hard to get reparations so that we can help our people. This is why we've been towing the line with these reparations task force, because our people need money out here. We're fighting to get our people money. We're fighting to invest in the community, which is what I have done. We want to create a safe place where people can go, a neutral zone where you can go and be educated and you can not be paranoid, so that you can learn. So we're doing our part as best as we can out here. But again, the harsh reality is there's some people who ain't on code like that. There's some people who's already gone wild. Because see, look, when you live in a hostile environment, no matter how docile you want to be, being in a hostile environment that was made hostile by the white supremacists. Understand, I never let them off the hook. The reason why there is such hostility and such danger is because of the conditions created by the white supremacists, the economic deprivation based on race, them using our resources to flood our communities with immigrants who take our resources and leave us destitute. That was created and orchestrated by the white supremacists. And what happens is we're left with crumbs, and then we have to fight over the crumbs that are thrown to us, while all of these other groups who are non-citizens come over here and eat off of our tax dollars. And so many black people are one step above homelessness out here. So that creates a hostile environment. People like, I got to eat. I got to do what I got to do. And I want to do the right thing, but if I want to do the right thing and I'm forced to be in a predatory environment, ultimately the predatory energy will rub off on you. When you are in an environment that is very predatory, or in a location that has predatory energy, unfortunately, if you're there long enough, that energy rubs off on you. I talked about this the other day. You might be the nicest person in the world, but if you're moving and shaking in a place that's hostile, you're going to be paranoid. You got to watch your back. You got to watch what you wear. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch where you walk. So that makes you paranoid. And then that paranoia starts making you predatory. So now let me get somebody before they get me. Who is this guy? Why is this guy looking at me with beady eyes? Let me go holler at this dude and clap at him before he claps at me because he looks hostile. So it becomes a predatory environment that breeds more predatory behavior. It's like a pig turning feral. Let me give you an analogy. Family, a pig in captivity. A pig on a farm is the most docile and friendly animal you could see. A pig is more friendlier than a dog. Any people who grew up on a farm, pigs are very friendly, docile, harmless animals. Pigs just eat, sleep, and get fat. They're fat, bald, they lay around eating, getting fatter. They're not going to harm a fly. And they damn near walk to the slaughter. They get eaten. Pigs are very friendly. They won't harm you at all if they're on a farm. Now, when a pig is off a farm and a pig gets let loose into the wild, something happens to that pig in a very short period of time, because a pig in the wild is a big-ass victim. When a pig is in the wild, that pig is vulnerable to everything getting at it. That pig is walking food. So what happens with that pig? Within a few months, that pig becomes feral. That pig becomes wild. The pig starts growing hair. The pig's teeth start growing a certain way to fangs. That pig will start growing fangs. The pig's body type will get more slender and muscular. They become feral very quickly. And within a couple of months, that docile, friendly pig turns into a wild boar, and wild boars ain't nothing to fuck with. A wild boar will take your ass out real quick.
That's a damn good analogy, man. You put people in a hostile situation, you become a product of your environment. That goes back to an old saying. You become a product of your environment. And that often happens when you put in hostile, very vital, often fatal situations in neighborhood and in circumstances. You become a product of that. And when we see that within our neighborhoods, people that you went to school with that was once maybe a good guy, computer dude, he ended up becoming a shooter, a killer, based off of being a product of the environment. I've seen it times and times.
Wild boars kill humans, dude. It grows hair and it grows a tusk. And it will light your ass up. Animals know not to mess with a wild boar. That wild boar has become the predator. It went from prey to apex predator. I've seen wild boars over in Africa, videos of wild boars in Africa that's being chased by cheetahs, and the cheetahs run up and see them fangs, and then the cheetah said, oh, hell no. That cheetah starts running the other way. Some of those animals don't want it with no damn wild boar. You see, when you are placed into a vulnerable situation where you're vulnerable and you can be prey, your mind and your physiology will switch into defense mode so that you can protect yourself. Let me get them before they get me. This is why we have to change and we have to control our environments. We have to start changing our environment so that it's not so predatory. We have to start creating opportunities. We have to have a mechanism where we check the white supremacists for sabotaging what we're trying to do. We have to keep our eyes on them. See, we have to start taking control of our environment. You see, yes, they will eat humans. Yes, down in Texas, not too long ago, a woman got ate up by a wild boar. Wild boars ain't no damn joke. So we have to learn how to move and shake, and we have to do it based on logic. Now, going back to the hitters out here in the streets, again, you have to use logic too. If you want to be out here in the streets moving grimy, there's a logistic to moving grimy. All right, let's say you go out here and you do a brazen murder in broad daylight at a Roscoe's. Now what you gonna do, fool? Because that's emotional. That's an emotional situation. You done made your whole neighborhood hot, you hot. The people in your neighborhood know who you are and they know you did it. And then the word gets back to jail. The people in jail know what you did. So what do you think the dudes in jail doing right now? They're playing Let's Make a Deal. The word got to the dudes on lockdown that you went up there and did this murder in broad daylight, this high profile murder, cat sitting on death row in jail and got the word. So now somebody's like, oh, let me holler at the prosecutor real quick. I got some information that might shave off a couple of these years. You see?
Somebody's telling on your ass.
Right. It's always like that, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got 300 people in the building. Hey, man, shout out to all the American Aborigines and the FBA brothers and sisters. If y'all proud FBA and proud Aborigine, drop a fire emoji in the chat, man. Let Big Aboriginal Power know how y'all feel out there. Also, man, I need y'all to thumb up the video and share the live stream. Those in the chat that can share the live stream, please share the live stream. Support the channel. Don't forget to get your tickets for the up-and-coming event, October 31st. Man, Big Aboriginal Power versus Lex Vortex. Man, I ain't even going to talk about that. You already know what's going down. It's going to be a body. But, man, tickets in the description box, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thumb up the video. Share the live stream. If you're new and listening to my voice and you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, man. It's the latest YouTube channel on the web right now, man. It's lit. It's the Wake and Bake Show. Let me know what y'all smoking on out there this Grand Rising. What city and what state y'all in. Y'all in the chat. Let me know what city, what state y'all in. You know what I mean? Drop that in the chat. Let me know what y'all smoking on. Let's continue.
Oh, somebody's telling they're making
good deals right now. You think the cops come along and throw some dollars around the neighborhood, your name ain't out there? They already got your name. They already got your name. They're setting it up already. And the prosecutor, because this is a high-profile murder, them prosecuting this case, this is going to get them headlines and headlines of them being tough on crime. That means more votes and more donation money. The white prosecutors are doing the Birdman hand rub right now because of your dumb ass. Oh, let's get somebody in the room is talking about the jury. Let's get on the jury. Okay, fool. So now you went and got the jury. You didn't hit this lick broad daylight. You didn't hit a high-profile rapper, got his jury. What you gonna do with the jury now? All right, let's say he got a $50,000, $100,000 watch or chain. Those things got serial numbers on it. What you gonna do with it? What pawn shop you gonna take it to? You know they got an APB out on the damn jury. They've already put a kite out to the pawn shops in the area. Be on the lookout for this jury. They've already put an APB out on that, bro. What you gonna do with that hot jewelry? That hot, dirty jewelry right now. That jewelry is toxic right now. Anybody touch that jewelry is going down. Anybody who touches that jewelry right now, anybody near that jewelry, they going down. Don't nobody want that hot jewelry. That jewelry is hot as a firecracker right now. Ain't nobody touching it. The pawn shops ain't gonna touch it. The only people that'll touch that are the Armenians. They'll get it because they always got some kind of, they always have these little finesse games going on. But are you clicked in with them, though? You see? Are you clicked in with the Armenians? My LA people know what I'm talking about. The Armenians, they got some good deal. They'll turn a blind eye to it because they got international connections, dude. You ain't got no international connections. You ain't clicked in with the Armenians. Yeah, you ain't getting nothing for that jewelry, dude. Yeah, some of the Arabs might touch it. Yeah, the Armenians will get it. I know some Armenians that they'll get that. They'll turn a blind eye. They'll get that and flip that thing so fast that thing will be somewhere in Egypt by tomorrow. They'll flip that and send that overseas. Oh, they'll flip it. They'll flip it. You get a couple of dollars from them. Yeah, I know they're not giving no real bread, but I'm saying they'll take it. Other pawn shops ain't gonna take that. The Armenians will give you a couple of dollars. They'll take it. They'll turn a blind eye, but they'll throw some crumbs at you. You're not getting no real money for that chain. Down in the neighborhood, you're not getting no money. They're not touching that. The word is already out. The word is out. You're not getting no money for that chain or that watch. So now what you going to do? So now you just made the block hot for nothing. With hot jewelry, you can't do nothing with. Yeah? You can't do nothing with that. And now they're going to catch you. And unfortunately, whoever hood you're affiliated with, whoever's harboring you, whoever house you've been staying at, they're going to get them too, unfortunately. That's emotion. You just made the whole hood hot based on emotion. Just like when Eric Holder, shout out brother Nipsey, that dude got so many folks killed, his family members were getting offed left and right. You understand? You just make the whole hood hot for everybody. Doing that dumbass emotional nonsense for nothing. Man, they're going to get gang injunctions on folks. Man, they're going to try to RICO this thing. He done just messed up all types of businesses. You done made Roscoe's hot. Like I said, they're going to put a nuisance injunction on Roscoe's. If there are any black businesses over there in that complex, anything 5 miles from where that shooting was, they're going to put a nuisance ordinance on all the black businesses. So, stuff like that just makes it bad for everybody. Based on your damn emotions. You got to be logical out here. And again, man, this is why we have to start looking out for people within our community. We have to start looking for resources. This is why the reparations thing is very important, guys. We got to get money out here. Let's stop playing this game. We got to get money out here so this silly nonsense will stop. Because look, all groups, when there's economic deprivation, there's a preponderance of violence. It's with all groups. It's not just us. It's not a black thing, because black people get on this thing where your melanin makes you violent. No, it's the circumstances. Because black folks, man, we can't be around no black people. I'm tired of black people. No, this ain't a black thing. This is an economic deprivation thing.
Right, and that's what I was trying to explain yesterday in the live stream. It ain't got shit to do. We're not criminals. Hell, when you're deprived, you do shit that you got to do. And this is anybody, and that's everybody. You understand me? When you're economically deprived, you're gonna do what you gotta do by any means necessary. Yes, this is live, brother. This is live. The brother that's asking in the chat. This is live. Shit, when you go to these other countries, like in Europe, and you look at the economically deprived area, look at the crime right there. They're slashing and dashing over there in Europe. They ain't got no guns, so they beat niggas with poles, and they slashing and stabbing niggas, and they rapping about it too. Matter of fact, they got some shit. They got one of them little London drill rappers out there I was listening to the other day. His ass was in there talking all kind of shit. He stabbed this brother. He slashed this guy. Come on, man. They always talking about Americans is some damn criminals. Everybody, nigga, melanin don't make you. Black people don't make you a criminal. Being a nigga from America don't make you a criminal. Circumstances and conditions obviously create criminality.
So we have to start focusing on getting our finances together as a collective, not just hitting a lick and then pocket watching and being jealous of somebody who's doing better. We got to get game oriented, learn how to create a community network so that we can gain trust and have a trustworthy demeanor so people will want to do business with us, so that we can do business with each other. You dang? And speaking of reparations, fam, did y'all see? Let me play this clip. This white woman was talking about, they were on CNN, and she was up there with Don Lemonade, and reparations came up, and people see us talking about our reparations, so they're trying to throw all types of monkey wrenches in the game. This woman sat up here and tried to make this twisted justification that before we get reparations, white Brits should get reparations because they stopped slavery before everybody else. Well, they get into these I'm white and I say so nonsensical conversations that are so ridiculous. I want y'all to listen to this here. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me let y'all hear this nonsense. Hold on. Now check this out. Where we at? Check this out. Now listen to this woman up here with Don Lemonade. Hold on. Wait.
You have all of this vast wealth. Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages. Absolutely, that's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to start. And why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages. Absolutely, that's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
It's an interesting discussion, Hillary. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll continue to discuss.
Okay. Don Lemonade didn't check this woman saying this nonsense. Don Lemonade sat up here and let that woman spit that gibberish. Let's unpack that for 1 second. Let's unpack that. They're going to sit up here and try to blame the slave trade solely on Africans. See the Jedi mind trick these suspected white supremacists are trying to, they're throwing it on. It's the whole, the Africans made us do it. Oh, it was the Africans who made us round you up. No, it was the Africans who made us. No, we're not playing that game. We're not going to play that game, man. Watch this double talk and this Karen babble that they try to spew. The British were facilitating the slave trade. They profited and got gazillions of dollars off the slave trade. They're not going to play this game. They're not going to play this game at all. The thing is with the British, they stopped the slave trade in around 1830 something, if I'm not mistaken. This is when they so-called stopped it. But they didn't stop it because of some more moral thing. See, she's trying to make it seem like the British felt a moral obligation to stop what they started. See, this thing where they start a fire and they want to get credit for stopping the fire. No, it doesn't work like that. They didn't compensate anybody who they enslaved. They didn't compensate anybody for the damage they did through slavery. So no, you're not going to get credit for so-called stopping slavery.
And the reason why they stopped slavery.
It ain't just about no slavery. We got to stop that slave talk, Tariq Nasheed. I rocks with you. Shout out to the FBA, but we got to stop that fucking slave talk, man. But we went through a lot of other things. We went through Jim Crow. We went through paper genocide, which is fraud. We went through a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just this slavery talk that our peoples is involved in, that our peoples is owed compensation and restitution for. and what we call reparation. It's a lot more than that. This conversation is a very, very complex conversation, and it ain't just need to be one perspective. Ooh, excuse me. It don't need to be just one perspective added on to an extension of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I believe I need to be in on this conversation to bring in what the American Aborigines and the FBA brothers and sisters need. Man, we need restitution. We need compensation for the damaging of our people. Shout out to my brother Hemi the Bear. Shout out to my brother. Hemi the Barber. Shout out to my boy Hemi the Barber for the Cash App donation. I really appreciate all the support, man. Shout out to my brother Hemi the Barber for the Cash App donation, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Man, hit that like button, thumb up the video, and make sure y'all share the live stream, man. Let's try to get 400 people in here before we tap out. I will be dropping the link to allow brothers and sisters to come on the panel to add into the topic. So, yeah, support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen, ticking across. Let's continue this live stream.
Slavery, well, the slave trade meaning shipping people over here to the New World, mainly in the Caribbean. They had most of those colonies in the Caribbean. They, initially had the 13 colonies over here, but most of their colonies were in the Caribbean over here in the Western Hemisphere. The reason they stopped the slave trade, importing people over here, was because they started colonizing Africa. They started colonizing the countries over there in West Africa directly. So they said, hey, instead of us shipping all of the niggas over there to the New World, to the Caribbean, we need some of those niggas here to work to build up our colonies for us. So yeah, let's stop shipping them out so that we can keep them here as free labor, as unpaid labor. That's what they were doing. So it wasn't a moral thing. While they were talking about we're stopping slavery, you were colonizing Africa. Yeah. So what are you talking about? Don't have this moral high road. You were colonizing the continent. You're like, hell, we don't even have to ship them out no more. Let's get them to do the shit here. Let's not waste all this money on ships and all of that insurance. We'll come to you. They started making house calls. Yeah. We ain't got to import you no more. We'll just come there and get at you. We'll go to you and get you subjugated right where you are. See, this is why some of the Africans over there be talking about you niggas were slaves. Colonization was slavery. They just didn't call it slavery no more. Colonization is slavery. It's the same thing. Colonization is just slavery on your land. You dig? That's the game they play. So yeah, these people are they're getting desperate with these I'm white and I say so narratives. They're getting desperate with it. So we got to stop playing this game out here. This is why people got to get on code. And again, I was talking about all those people crying over the queen dying, all of these Caribbeans and Africans crying over that woman and get mad at us for checking them and calling them out on it because that's a bad look. Get mad at us is not going to stop us from getting on code and calling out the non-codified behavior. You're not going to shame us. Oh, nigga, with that FBA bullshit, nigga. Look at Tariq Nasheed. You a hate group, nigga. No. We're not playing that game. We're not going to play that game where you're going to try to redefine us because, see, we made a power move by redefining our lineage. See, we made a power move. So people are desperate to try to redefine who we are for us. Us acknowledging our lineage and naming our lineage, see, that's a power move. So this is why there's such a desperate need to try to redefine. Well, that's a hate group. You're a cult. No. The I'm a tether and I say so, that's not going to work. We're not going to be shamed into not acknowledging our lineage. We have a unique lineage and we're acknowledging it, and we're going to make everybody respect it just like we respect everybody else's lineage. And y'all not going to play the whole we all black when it's convenient. You dig?
actress Cheryl Lee Ralph, and I like Cheryl Lee Ralph. I think she's a beautiful woman and a great, phenomenal actor. She won an Emmy. Cheryl Lee Ralph won an Emmy. And even though throughout the years she has acknowledged her Jamaican background, I think her mama's Jamaican and her dad might be FBA, I think. But she's been an actress for a long time. She's been in movies since the 70s. Beautiful sister. Hollywood and the dominant society and even Caribbean society, they never really claimed her like that because she's just kind of been a supporting actor for most of her career. That's not to minimize her. She's been a supporting actor for most of her career. So she's just been a black actress. But boy, she won an Emmy the other day. And the minute she won an Emmy, boy, Jamaican American. Boy, you have not seen them refer to this woman as a Jamaican American as much as you've seen in the last couple of days. The minute she won that damn Emmy, it became Jamaican. Like I said, when these folks, the minute they get a win on their resume, they make sure that we don't get to participate or claim that win. They make sure that we don't claim that win. You dig? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm texting somebody. But yeah, we don't get to claim that win. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Where is this? Right here. Boy, she got that Emmy, and boy, they're Jamaican flags all over the place. Hold on. What is this? Jamaican flags all over the place. Cheryl Lee Ralph wins supporting comedy actress Emmy. Cheryl Lee Ralph, a Jamaican American actor who plays blah, 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 blah. Despite having a more than 50-year career in the entertainment industry, this is her first time winning an Emmy at the age of 66. That woman has been black for 50 years in her career. They've been saying she's black. The minute she wins an award, she's Jamaican American. See what I'm talking about? They do this all the time, and it's okay. You know what? It's okay. Look at this on Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia, family. On Wikipedia, this is in August. And before this week, Cheryl Lee Ralph, born 1955, an American actress. This was Wikipedia a month ago. An American actress. All right. She was just an American actress. The minute she wins that Emmy, Cheryl Lee Ralph, a Jamaican American actress. Oh, immediately. The minute she wins that damn Emmy, she's Jamaican American. The minute you get an accomplishment, boy, you got to make sure you're somebody else other than FBA. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. No, she called herself that. She would always acknowledge that of herself, but the media wouldn't do it. The media and the dominant society would not do it. They wouldn't do it. You see? Yeah, Jackie Harry, she won one back in the day. She was one of the first ones, I think. She won one, our FBA sister. Shout out to Jackie. But they play this game. And when we acknowledge our lineage, all of a sudden, you niggas are a head group. You divisive, you niggas. No. Don't let them shame you, family. No, if you can acknowledge your history and your lineage, that's fine. If you can acknowledge your lineage and your history, that is fine. Knock yourself out. We don't have a problem with you. We don't have a problem with you whatsoever. And speaking of that, y'all remember me the other day talking about Gina Torres. I talked about an article where they were quoting her. There's actually video. The article was based on transcripts of her in a video. Now, this is interesting. I want y'all to see the video of her talking about her hardships of being accepted as a Latina. And the thing is, she was up here with these white Latinas talking all of this stuff. This whole thing where she felt so bad that Hollywood don't accept her as a Latina and oh, woe's me. Now, this is the visual of it. The visual of it, it hits a little different. Check this out. Hold on. The visuals hit a little bit different. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me get the audio going on here. Hold on.
Gina, you were forced to embrace one identity in Hollywood, right?
I feel like I was living in three worlds.
She was forced to embrace her blackness. She was forced to embrace her blackness.
There was my world that I grew up in, also Spanish speaking, home, Cuban parents, and then you go out into the world and I'm speaking English and I'm in the Bronx, South Bronx, having a great time. That's right.
Yes.
And then going into this industry as an actress, then nobody recognizes you as either one.
Yeah.
There was no place for me as a Latina. And then as a Black woman, I didn't identify as a Black woman because for me it was cultural.
Right.
Because of course I present Black, I am a Black woman, I am also Cuban.
It's cultural. What culture?
You're here in the United States and they ask you to be in a box and you don't fit into the box.
Okay, let me. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause. Since as a Afro-Latina, what culture are you talking about, Gina? What are you talking about? Because in your homeland, you're marginalized over there too. You're really marginalized over there. What culture do you have over there where you're not marginalized? What culture do Afro-Latinos have where they are not marginalized? You're not accepted as an equal over there in these places. What if these people come over here and try to rewrite their history and lineage? What are you talking about? Let me play this. See, they come over here and try to deny what's going on in these places. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Because for me, it was cultural.
Right.
Because of course I present Black, I am a Black woman, I am also Cuban. When you're here in the United States and they ask you to be in a box and you don't fit into the box, culturally, it was different. It was not one that I identified with, but to work, to survive, it was
to finesse off of us.
Something that I had to learn, to then learn to be whatever Black was.
Oh God. Look how they make Black a dirty thing. What Black, in quotes, what is, she's grimacing her face when just the body language. I just had to learn how to lower myself to be quote unquote Black. It's like a scab. Remember that Jen Garcia? It's like a scab. My Blackness is like a scab. Ma'am, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you, ma'am. You are not doing us no favors, ma'am. You're not doing us no favors, sweetie. Hold on. Lord.
I had to learn, to then learn to be whatever Black was. And then feel like I was alienating that other part of myself, that Latina self. It just kind of became a Jedi mind trick to keep myself from just being sad all the time about not being.
Oh, Lord. So she's so sad. She has to be, I have to play Black and not a Latina. I'm a Latina. And I got to play Black like a scab. It's like a scab. Shut up. I'm very offended by this. See, they get around these white Latinos and this is what they talk about behind closed doors. They get around these white Latinas and talk all of this grease about FBAs. You're sitting up here throwing foundational Black Americans under the bus. Yeah, she was with Lawrence Fishburne, so now she, from what I understand, she has a zaddy now. family, and they eat off us. The only people who supported this woman and her career were foundational Black Americans. You only have a career because of us, cosplaying us. We're the only ones feeding you, ma'am. You've only eaten because of us. Yet you throw us under the bus while you brown nose the very people who's marginalizing you. You sitting up here ass kissing these white Latina women, these wannabe Anglo Latina women. They're the ones who are marginalizing you. They're not giving you any opportunities. They don't accept you as a Latina in Hispanic society. They don't. It's not us. You're not accepted by them. They don't have you on Telemundo and all of that stuff. You're not accepted by them, ma'am. You're not accepted by the white Anglo wannabe identifying Latinos in your home country. They don't accept you. They marginalize you. So what culture are you? Oh, I feel so bad. I can't represent my culture. With the culture of being marginalized and discriminated against, they treat the Afro-Latinos like trash over there. Don't come over here and try to act like there's some illustrious culture that you have, because if there were, you wouldn't have fled. You wouldn't have bounced, ma'am. Your family wouldn't have bounced. Let's not play that game. I'm tired of people leeching off of us and then having disdain for us, and you're ass licking the people who are throwing you under the bus. Yeah, we're good on you, ma'am. You're not doing us no favor. Hell, those opportunities could have went to some FBA sisters who needed the job. Yeah, you notice a lot of these Afro-Latino looking chicks, when they get older, they really start letting it all hang loose. Because see, the thing is, when you get older, women, you get older, and these Latina women, when you're young, you get all the brothers rolling up on you. You got just a sea of niggas that'll get at you when you're young and fine. These niggas think you're exotic, so you're the belle of the ball. When you're a young Afro-Latina chick, you spicy, especially to a lot of these old niggas. They love that. You're a spicy Latina, Afro-Latina. But then you get a little older. Right when you get a little older, that face get a little stronger. You dig? That gut get a little bigger. You know, the rice and beans start adding carbs to that belly, and you're not looking as fly as you used to. The faces are getting a little stronger, and if you're in the industry, some of them roles are drying up a little bit. You're not getting those same acting roles, so now you need opportunity. You can't get flued out by the ballers like you used to. See, back when you were young and fine, every balling rapper was flying you out. You can go get you a stack here, a stack there. Remember all those Latina urban models from back in the 2000s? Yeah, they were getting flued out everywhere. Gloria Velez, remember her? All of those chicks having babies by niggas and all of that stuff. And then when they get older, they start sounding like Karens. When they get older and they ain't getting flued out no more, all of a sudden they start talking about how abusive the niggas were. Well, you know what? Yeah, I was with a bunch of niggas, but boy, they were actually abusive to me. Speaking of Gloria Velez, remember her? She had a baby by Aaron Hall, and when the video gigs start drying up, she went to all of the media outlets, all the hip hop media outlets, talking about how abusive Aaron Hall was. She made a whole career out of talking about how Aaron Hall abused her. Yeah, Vita Guerra. Yeah. All of a sudden, actually, I was abused by those niggas. Now you ain't getting flued out no more, so now it's Karen time. Yeah. Rosie Perez do little stuff like that too, by the way. Y'all listen to some of her interviews. I don't like how she gets down. She's always throwing Spike Lee under the bus when she's talking about do the right thing.
when she does interviews about that now, she acts like she was exploited. Oh, they were asking me to get naked and they were rubbing my titties. Oh, he's getting off on me. This motherfucker is getting off on me. I didn't like it. I was so violated. I felt so violated. So yeah, when it's Spike Lee, she's talking about how she felt so violated with Spike Lee and all of this stuff because she was naked and she was so uncomfortable. And have you seen Rosie Perez in other movies? Rosie Perez has been in other movies with white men who has smutted her out on film. I mean, softcore pornography. The stuff she did with Spike was tame. I mean, there's some scenes that this woman has did with white men that is literally softcore pornography. You see? And she's with a zaddy. Rosie Perez got her a zaddy now. So they start talking real Karen-ish when they get older. Now they want to try to kind of get some white privilege. They want some white privilege now. They start talking just like the Karens because they go find them a zaddy. They get older, find a zaddy, and start talking about how the black experience is so uncomfortable. Go to hell. They all go back to zaddy, don't they? J-Lo, she went back to Ben Affleck, and J-Lo was talking greasy. I heard y'all were giving some money to black women. I hope you get some money to Latina. I hope you get some money to Latinas too. And that's another thing, some of those Afro-Latino chicks, they try to over-enunciate when they get around, and that really irks me. They really try to compensate and let people know that they're Latina by over-enunciating Spanish words. A lot of those Afro-Latinos do that, and it's so fucking corny. I hate when they do that. That Amara La Negra chick on the Love and Hip Hop, she does that a lot. Whenever they say a Spanish word, they have to just be overboard. Yes, I was going to the store and I had to get an empanada. Okay. I was very hungry and then I went to here Portland to get a burrito. I'm like, okay, bitch, it ain't really that serious. But they got to really go out of their way to over-enunciate a Spanish word. I've been to Spain. I've been all over Spain. They don't even do that in Spain. They don't even do that in Spain, dude. You go to Spain, they talk Spanish, and they're not really over-enunciating all of that stuff. But it's the Afro-Latinos. They go down to, when they go to a Latin music award show or whatever, they're giving an award. And the category for the best new Latin music pop album, Gloria Estefan. Okay, calm down. Calm down. That's serious.
Tariq play too much, man. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga funny as hell, boy. That's how they be too.
When they go to a Latin music award or whatever, they're giving an award. And the category for the best new Latin music pop album, Gloria Estefan. Okay, calm down. Calm down. It ain't that serious. Lord. You go out with him and you go on a date with him at a restaurant. Yeah, what do you want to eat, right? I'm going to get my taco with some pico de gallo. Like, stop it, ma'am. It ain't that serious.
Pico de gallo.
Lord, it's not that serious. But look.
This nigga play too much, man.
It ain't that serious, dear. Lord, it's not that serious. But look. When they say like she's this Gina Torres is whining about how she's not looked at as Latina. Latina means white. Latina means a shade of white. You know what I'm saying? They play this game where I have to be quote unquote black like a scab. I don't want to be black like I feel like I'm ignoring my other side, my Latina. I feel like I'm ignoring my Latina. Your Latina side is ignoring you, ma'am. You're not ignoring your Latina side. Your Latina side is ignoring you. You don't have a Latina side, ma'am. You're just a Spanish speaking Negro. There's no Latina side to you. You're a Spanish-speaking Negro. Y'all better get that in your head. Y'all always hear me talk about this story about this young black girl, this little black girl. They had a Miss Latina, Miss Hispanic Delaware. No, this is the story. I want to show y'all the actual story. This was a decade ago, guys. This was in 2013. This little black girl was in a contest and she actually won.
Introducing the new GMC Sierra AT4X.
You're not about to play around with these commercials. You're not about to do all that right now. Shout out to everybody.
This little black girl was in a contest and she actually won. Look at this right here, because I always talk about this and I want to actually show you guys what I'm talking about. They had the Little Miss Hispanic Delaware, and this little girl won. Jakia McCoy, she was 7 years old at the time. She was crowned Little Miss Hispanic, very talented little girl. And there was some backlash by the real Latinos, the white Latinos in attendance, because they were like, hey, wait a minute, she ain't Latino enough. They were like, oh, wait a minute, she's not Latino enough. This little beautiful girl, her grandmother is Dominican, so technically she's a Latina. Her grandmother is Dominican, so they were like, there was an uproar when the winner was announced because according to the public, she was not the best representative of Latin beauty. Oh my God. See, when it's their stuff, they don't play no games. When it's some Latino stuff, they don't want to mix it in with nothing else. They want it to be white Latino. You know? Oh, they don't play that game. They get the racism comes right on out when black people try to invade their spaces, even black Latinos. They make it very clear what they mean by Latino. So they said she wasn't the best representative of Latin beauty. The winner was Jakia McCoy, the first runner, Mariana Ayala, and second, Aliana Santiago, and the new Miss Chiquita Delaware, Jakia, born in Brooklyn, New York. She's the descendant of her grandmother who was born in the province of La Vega in the Dominican Republic. So this little girl was Latina. She's Latina, but she wasn't Latina enough, meaning she wasn't white enough. She wasn't white enough. So here they go with the I'm white, not say so. We're giving her the benefit of the doubt, says Perez. She joined the pageant, and of course, one of the things you have to be of 25% Latino heritage. Her family, they were asked to bring documentation. Of all the documentation they brought in, there was nothing that confirmed Dominican heritage. A lot of people don't have no damn documents. You have a bunch of undocumented immigrants coming over here who's Latino, but when it's black, oh, nigga, show me some paperwork. Now, they come over here undocumented all the damn time. When it's a black Latino, oh, nigga, you better find some paperwork somewhere. Oh, no, nigga, no, you need some paperwork. No, all of the other white-looking Latinos can come in here with no documents. That's all gravy. Yo ass needs some paperwork. Oh, we need some paperwork from you. You're going to have to start proving something. Oh, they did the old Spanish blood quantum on this baby. Oh, the racism comes right on out, don't it? Perez insisted that her Dominican heritage would have been indicated on her mother's birth certificate. The mother said she didn't want to go through it. Yeah, the mother didn't, While Perez proceeded to blame McCoy's family for fanning the rumors, that she admitted that the organization was questioned on the documentation issue. So yeah, they stripped her. They said, oh, no. No, ma'am. When we mean Latino, you're not Latino enough, meaning you're not white enough. That's what it means. Latina means that Italian-looking Latina. Meaning metal la raza. You got to be a little white-looking. Improve the race. You got to look a little white. You see, they only want to use the black-looking Latinos when they can have them co-opt what we have. See, that's the only time they want to use them. See, we can use you when we want to send you over there to colonize the black people. When we want you to go over there
and help us colonize the blacks, that's when we can use you. But don't come over here to our stuff, the white Latino stuff. No. We can't have you over here. No. When we're having some real Latino stuff going on, you can't be a part of that. Now, if we want you to go over there with the black people who are doing hip hop and you go over there and participate and then say, hey, look, I help participate in hip hop. Yeah, we can use you for that because then you can come over here and help us colonize that. So they can they use the black Latinos as claim jumpers for our culture. So go over there with the black folks and mingle with them. And then at the end of the day, you can say, well, this is a black-brown coalition so that we can get some resources from them. But when we got resources, none of you blacks can touch it. That includes the black Latinos. None of y'all can touch it. And this is what Gina Torres is talking about, her culture. What the hell culture do you have as a black Latina? What culture do you have, ma'am, except Spanish racism? Let's stop playing. That's a beautiful little girl. And let's be, and with Gina Torres at the table with them other women, she's the best looking, quote unquote, Latina. Them other women look like little piglets. You're the best looking one over there because it's your blackness that makes your shit pop off. And even in the Latin cultures, all the shit that makes you fly is the black stuff. Get your self-esteem together. It's not the so-called Spanish stuff that makes it pop off. Everything that pop.
Listen, man, I want to get some of y'all guys' opinion. We're going to have a good dialogue. Let's build. Link is in the chat, man. Link is in the chat.
Soft and makes things pop off in Latino culture. All of the black stuff. The darkness of your skin, that comes from the black part. The full lips comes from the black part. If you got ass, that comes from the black part. Your cooking skills comes from the black part. They can't cook worth a damn in Spain. Spanish food is horrible. The food that you eat, it's all codified by the black stuff. Spanish rice, that's jollof. That's black stuff coming from West Africa, black stuff. Menudo, black.
Now,
you understand?
Many of damn lie. Boy, ain't none of that shit come from Africa. Fuck, they come from Africa and they starving. Come on, dude. You need to cut it out, Tariq. Seriously, bro. We got rice and corn and all that. Stop trying to give that shit to some starving ass people over there, dude. I don't like that shit, bro. Seriously. You always trying to say Aboriginal, Black American, foundational, and then go right back to Africa. Cut that shit out, bro.
By the black stuff. Spanish rice, that's jollof. That's black stuff coming from West Africa, black stuff. Menudo, black. You understand? Many of those so-called Hispanic dishes here in the Western Hemisphere come from black people cooking it, come from black people creating it. That's what makes it fly. You better understand your history and your culture, sweetie. The culture, what makes your culture fly in Latin society is the blackness, Gina. You can't run away from that. But we don't need Negroes out here who have self-esteem issues trying to represent us. I don't want low self-esteem people who have vitriol for our culture representing us. Take your ass over there and do what you do. Go get you a Telemundo award. Oops, they're not going to hire you. Telemundo is infamous for hiring the most anglicized looking Latinas they can find. But hey, go ahead and give it a shot. You dig? Go try to get you an award somewhere so you can go and over enunciate all the Spanish words. I like to thank all of my idols, Julio Iglesias. I like to thank him. I like to thank Ricky Martin. I like to thank all that over enunciating to compensate, to overcompensate for the fact that you're not really accepted. So you got to really go overboard. Stop it. And stay y'all asses over there. I don't want your ass over here. If being around us and you have to lower yourself to play us. I don't know what is black. I didn't know what black was. I'm a Latina. I don't know what is black. It's like a scab. Being black is like a scab. I don't know what black is. I don't know. I ain't confused with blackness. Shut the fuck up. I'm a proud FBA. Don't need you. Let the welfare feed you. Anyway, family, that's been today's episode of Tariq Radio. Glad y'all tuned in. Glad.
We don't need you. Let the welfare feed you. Goddamn facts. Shout out to the American Aborigines, man. The link is in the chat. If anybody want to hit the link is in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds to hit the link. Enough time to use the bathroom, get something to drink, and to come back. You know what I'm saying? And to hit that link, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Don't click off the screen. Stay right here. Don't go nowhere, y'all. I see y'all trying. No. Sit your ass right there. Roll up. Get you something to drink. Let the music play. We'll be right back.
Suave on the track. Whatever it takes. Alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair right numb his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with Dylan, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost see, I glossed to we shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game? Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change. I'm quick to catch a body. When I shoot, he shoot. I know bro shooting right beside me. Them hollow tips go through the wall and then they hit his body.
All right, we back. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Ain't nobody gonna hit the link, man. What's going on with y'all out there, man? What's going on with y'all, man? Y'all okay? Man, don't forget the up and coming event, man. But listen, man, you gotta stop these emotional based decisions, man. Sometimes we gotta sit back and be rational. Use logic. You understand me? Stop getting emotionally attached. Stop letting other people trigger you. They understand that they can trigger you based off of words. You're emotionally attached. Oh, my bad. Let me drop the real link in the chat. That ain't even the real link. I was wondering why nobody hit the link yet. Let me drop that link. Ain't nobody even said nothing. Let me drop the real link in the chat. My bad. That was the link from yesterday I was putting there. The link is in the chat. I'll give y'all a couple seconds to hit that, man. But yeah, man, we got to stop these emotionally based decisions. Pretty sure it's a couple brothers and sisters that want to come on. We got one of the brothers on here today, man. We got 111 Truth Searcher in the building, man. Shout out to 111 Truth Searcher in the building. What's going on, brother?
Man, what's going on, bro? Hey, that first link send you to a live that's ended, bro. That's probably why niggas ain't up here.
Players fuck up. That was the link from yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
They probably hit that first link. That's why niggas ain't showed up. What's the word, though?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. What you got going?
Shit, man. About to get up here to the lakefront. Feel me? It's a nice day. Join outside. Was listening in and shit before I dip out and shit.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it definitely is, my nigga.
Must be nice. Yeah, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to you, man. What you smoking on, man, Robin? And shout out to all the American Aborigines. The new link is in the chat too, by the way. The new link is in the chat. Hey, man, I know a lot of y'all niggas hating, man. But listen, I need y'all to hit that like button, share the live stream. I need y'all to support the up and coming event, man. I know a lot of y'all don't. I mean, probably want to see it, but listen, man, some Aboriginal shit. Stop being a
Man,
hater.
this gonna be a good battle, bro. This gonna be a good battle. I
It's
can't
really,
lie, man. The
it's gonna be good
Aboriginals,
on my end.
the Aboriginals in the battle rapping, like what I've been seeing, niggas been doing it. I can't even lie about that, bro. I can't even lie about it. You know
Who
what
the
I'm saying?
fuck is that?
King Cass.
That's what I thought. All right.
This is
Hey, shout out
king
to
of
the
the
panel.
Mohicans, baby.
Peace.
Why your boy Lex buying views, bro? That's terrible.
How you buying rules? What do you do?
What's for me, bro? How the fuck you got 300 people in your live and when your shit in it's 215 views? Come on, bro. That shit don't add up, nigga.
Oh man, come on.
Come
on, man.
That's like a nigga
I was
buying
wondering
an
how he
escort
went
to
from
go out and
11.
lead with.
Yeah, he just had 11. That's why I'm like, damn, this nigga went from 11 in the stream to 300. How he do that?
That nigga hashtagged all the Aborigines. Shit, I don't know how he did that.
That's what I thought. I figured it was just all of us over there ready to goddamn pounce on his ass. No homo.
He was live what today? With that many people?
When he had that live stream talking all that shit the other night.
Yeah, he booted me out, bro. I was like, damn, bro, you going outside, nigga. You buying views and shit. You want to be that popular? That nigga booted me.
When
bro.
you went live, Val. When you was like, yeah, he over there live. He went and bought him some views. He done finessed the goddamn system. Look like he up. It's him, his grandma, and his two nephews on the stream.
Hell no.
It's so good.
I ain't gonna
shout
lie.
out to y'all on the panel.
It's really not gonna be a good battle because I'm really gonna destroy this nigga. I'm really gonna disrespect him. I'm coming to expose this fraud.
I know what you coming with, nigga. I can't wait.
This shit gonna be.
AP.
What's up, my boy Ray? What up, though?
Hey, check this out. I got a question for the panel. For my niggas, right? Is there any proof that the so-called Afro-Latino and the so-called Caribbean as a whole are cut from the Negro cloth? Because these people were never called or classified as niggas, Negro, or black people. So my question to the panel is real simple. Is there any proof that these people are actually a part of us, being that they were not classified as Negroes, never called nigga? They don't even use that term down there. So before we be so accepting people abroad, we're not even sure whether these people are actually cut from us. No different than the blue magic, blue magic dope, this kind of dope, that kind of dope. We're not actually sure who these people are.
I mean, brother, we gotta look at it like this. America is one, but our mindset has been put in to be separate, right? So we got different upbringings, and I mean, you gotta let me answer it first, bro, before you finish.
Go ahead, because I'm on your ass, True. I like you though, but I'm on your ass. Go ahead.
No, it's all good, bro. But you gotta look at it like this: we in this mindset of separation, so we had different upbringings, which separate us and shit. And we can't. We can't be naive to the fact how other motherfuckers think, and that's how the fuck we gotta partake as well too. But at the end of the day, though, you can go down in Cuba, you can go down in Dominican Republic, all them little islands there, and also various parts of South America and Central America, where you see niggas that really, really look like us. Now, they might not have a mindset of we all the same, just like, we got to play the same role too by these imaginary separated lines. But when we talk about Americas, that shit is from the tip of Canada all the way down to the tip of fucking South America, including parts of Antarctica that we're not allowed to see no more or even know what's going on over there. But in the modern state, they separate themselves from us, and that's cool. We got to move on that same type of time too. So, I mean, it's all about how you see it and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, and all Latinos not the same. It depends on which country, bro. It's like us comparing us with somebody from the Virgin Islands or Jamaicans. Like they speak English, we speak English, but we here in the United States, they there in the Jamaica. They own little group of people. You feel me?
Check this out. Look, check this out, bro. I don't know if you ever been to any juvenile facilities, county jails, or prisons, right? But
6 years in that
with
motherfucker.
the brown skin. Listen, check it out. The Latino with the brown skin that's claiming this new Afro Latino shit. I don't know where the fuck this shit came from. This some new shit. The motherfuckers, the dark skinned Hispanics don't claim the Mexicans on the streets. When they go to that building, all different Latino, Hispanics, whatever we calling these motherfuckers, form like Voltron against the nigga. Why I don't give a fuck about none of them? You niggas bring y'all happy at, I ain't gonna call them niggas because we don't have that proof. We don't know they're Negroes. We don't know because they was never classified as that. But because you niggas came to where I'm fucked up at, I don't have no sympathy. And right now, I'm testing a lot of y'all IQ tests on this panel right now, bro, because you see the Negro woman, check it out. You see the Negro woman, you know, she's out there by herself. She out there by herself. So why would I want to procreate and accept niggas abroad when I still got issues with niggas that live next door to me and down the street? You niggas have to learn what integration and what segregation is. You got people that don't practice integration coming to America practicing segregation. They're not integrating with the Negro. So shout out to the niggas,
I agree with you on that.
But if they're hold on, check it out, Truth. If they were never classified as niggas or Negro or colored or even black, I'm not fucking with you. Let's clean our shit up first before niggas start fucking all these foreigners and shit like that. Leave them bitches alone. And listen, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro.
There's
Like
no
that part
proof
right there, that's that.
Why they didn't
that's
call?
that modern.
This is my thing, though, bro. They never called them niggas, bro. Them people don't rob.
But I agree. I agree with you on that type
aggressive.
of time. But look, bro, I agree with you on that type of time right there. The mindset that we is as a people, they is as a people and shit, bro. They don't see themselves as us, so we got to move on that same type of time too. We can't force ourselves on nobody. That's just like that's like right now. If a nigga daddy never been in his life and shit, and then he bump into him and he still acting like that ain't his son and shit, you can't force that up on that nigga. His mindset is, nigga, fuck all that. So you got to move on that same type of time. But at the end of the day, the Americas is a Negro continent. Now they grew up under the Spanish rule, bro, and everybody is considered Latino, no matter what it is. You gotta understand, it's a bunch of Asians down there that still practice their Filipino culture. They still Mexicans.
Whole South America
you feel me?
Negroes,
right? So it's all about the mindset, my brother.
Hey, hold on, y'all brothers going in. This is a dope ass conversation. Hold on, brother.
Hey, look.
Hold on, brother Ray. I'm gonna let you build on, but I'm gonna rotate a little bit. I got a few people in here, man. I got my sister in here, Love Moves. What's going on with it? We got Love Moves in here.
Hi, AP. How are you?
Peace and blessings. What's going on with it, sis?
I came to the panel because I have a couple of questions, most respectfully. And
absolutely.
I've been supporting you for a few months. I'll be just let everybody know a little bit about myself. I'm a 50-year-old lady. I got one child. She's 21. So my mindset might be kind of in between the younger generation and civil rights, but I'm so open to what you guys are talking about. I just apologize to everybody in advance that I don't know more about your position, but I certainly don't mean any disrespect.
What happened to the sister?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't.
No,
we ain't gonna take no disrespect, sis. Go on and speak your mind. That's why you're here.
Yeah, you got.
I just understand the I don't want to say your philosophy of the channel or the group just a little bit better. I definitely agree. This is my own opinion. I don't know if I got proof of it, but I feel like our connection is more directly to America than Africa. Certainly, I know it's black people in Africa, but I'm with y'all 100%, feeling like us black people who live in America now, our closest connection is just America. Like we were already here. I also kind of feel like I feel real questionable about the slave story. I certainly respect it. I'm not trying to say nobody no slave or nobody went through nothing bad. I respect it. But I just kind of, I feel like those two don't go together. If we are the original people, why we think we were slaves? That's all that I'm kind of one of my questions. And then the next question that I have just in general in my mind, and maybe we can't really answer it here, but certainly give opinion, is if we think we're Aboriginal, and I think we are, and perhaps the slave story is told backwards or overtold, I'm not sure if everybody agree with that, that's my own opinion, then where would the reparations come in? And I just want to understand the philosophy. I probably agree with you. Thank you.
Oh, baby girl, let me say this to you real fast, baby girl, on the strength of reparations, right? Let me ask you this real simple. You can hear me, love?
Yes.
Miss, let me ask you this.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You have any pets? Do you have any pets?
I have before, not. I have before, but I don't now.
Okay, check it out. Would you give your pit bull in the backyard money?
Would I give my pit bull in the backyard money? No, not directly, but I would spend money on it.
Check it out. There goes your reparations, miss. Real simple. You understand? Real simple. Why would your enemy give you a first aid kit to get on his level?
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Take some time out.
I mean, but when they come to,
that's like
you're not getting that. You're not getting nothing from it.
We need our land. If I may chime in, I think the only reparations due to us is the rightful, you know what I'm saying, deeds to our entitles to our land, which we already have as a birthright just by the land being under our feet, as we're now learning because of these squatters' rights they done used for 200, 300, 400 years to goddamn steal our land through adverse possession.
I believe it's levels and it's layers to what's rightfully owed to us. Of course, the land. Of course, compensation. Of course, what's owed from borrowing inventions and using our patents. And so this is a complex conversation. There's not just one thing that's going to settle the deal within this restitution or compensation for the nation.
That's
you understand me? It's not going to be just one thing. I'm not going to be happy with just getting no motherfucking land. I need everything.
Yeah, we need to be empowered, but we do have to take responsibility that power is in our hands at this very moment. It's what we're doing with it.
That's the part that throws me off a little bit, is because I sort of look at it in my mind. I have an analogy, like if you were a battered woman, if some man was just beating you all the time, he told you, "I don't want you, get on out of here." He done told you to go on. So what would ever make you think that you can come back and stand at his doorstep and say, "I want you to treat me fairly"? I mean, you could be absolutely right and you want your stuff out of the house, but is it really going to happen, and should you spend your energy on that? And
but sis, you got to put the Aboriginals in the.
Hold on one second.
Let me finish this.
Put a spin on your narrative, right?
Let her finish.
Don't say you at this man's house. Say that in your house.
Hold on, True. Let the sister finish, and I want you to rebuttal properly. I don't think she was done yet.
Oh, my bad. Sorry about that.
Appreciate the dialogue. No problem. I was just going to add on to that. And as we ask them, white folks, the government, for reparations, aren't we giving them authority by asking them for something? I'm not with the saying we ought to be standing up here with rifles or nothing, but the January 6th boys, that's look like how you get stuff, not asking the person who has no respect for you.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's a twofold question as well, and that's a very valid point. as well. And as the indigenous people, we know it's been some type of control. We know colonization is a systematic slave system, right? That overbearing. So what we got to do is come up with solutions of how to sustain. Even during the deprivement, we've still been producing, we still been inventing, we still been creating. We got to learn how to structure it and start organizing and mobiling it and being able to self-sustain even during a deprivement. You understand me? That gets us in a position to be able to run this whole system as a whole. If once the opportunity is for us to get into position, you understand me? But yeah, we got to get what we got to get and how we got to get it. And I'm not saying nothing. I'm not alluding to anything. I'm not telling anybody anything. But we got to get it however it was done and taken away from us. We
That's
can't be
Right.
we can't be going to the same nigga who whacked you in your head and threw you in the dungeon to be telling you to give me the key to this motherfucking house and give me my money for throwing me in the dungeon. No, it's not gonna work like that. You understand me? It's not gonna work like that.
But when it comes to the Aboriginal community, so-called waking up, and FBA waking up black folks and letting them understand that we're from this land, now we know that reparations is still for us. And when we go to that area right there, we knew that there was a war. And then when we look at Israel, Japan, Laos, Korea, Vietnam, Hawaii, Mexico, like a million other countries, they get war.
But then again, I gotta look at it, her analogy, and then look at it from a flip side. Let's just say it's not the battered woman situation, but it's more of this my grandmama house. My grandmama not here no more. We taking on her the house, but some people then came in and stole some shit. We done tracked down and figure out who stole it, and now we're questioning to give us our shit back. That's more the analogy that we're looking at with the Americans.
Right.
That's when you talk about reparations. A lot of people be slandering reparations because they think.
Hold on, Rue. I think True was trying to get it in, Rue.
Appreciate it. Nah, that's why I was trying to just like it was gonna be real quick, but like her analogy started with a guy beating a woman and telling her to get out of his house, and she studied coming back. You got to flip that analogy around. That's a guy beating a woman in her own house and telling her to get out of her
telling
shit.
her to get out. Right.
No, nigga, you need to leave her shit if that's the case and shit. And that's all I was marking on right there. You know, just change the analogy around, sister, because that woman is not in his house. That nigga is in that woman's house.
And that's what they're going to find out is Tariq Nasheed for the black folks, letting us understand that there's a lot of black folks that was over here before them atrocities that came from over the seas, and then people went through wars, and I think that's where it's at. If black people understand that they Aboriginal to America,
well, we got to understand the average person, and let's be realistic with all you guys. The average person don't have the understanding and perspective that we do. The average person understand socially in their soul that they're not connected to African culture, that they have a black culture or African American culture, a so-called African American culture, so-called black, a so-called colored culture. So when we bring up their words and they trying to mobile the information, they're going to use certain words that is used to describe them socially. So, and I'm able to see that they use certain words and attach it to the real lineage. And this is a hard connection to do because the connection wire points can get loosened by people narrowing away at these particular contention points. And I'm trying to build a bridge and make it strong enough to understand that no, FBA is not a lineage. They are lost cousins that had blood ties to the Americas, and they're just now understanding. Culturally, they're not the same as this illustrated, inserted history of that they came from Africa. They understand that they don't have the same culture, they have the same vibration. And now that they're recognizing lineage, this is when brothers that have the different perspective, that see it from a bird eyes view, can come in and illustrate and help the brothers and sisters. So I appreciate everybody for working with all the brothers and sisters that's coming into this information. Shout out to all the FBA brothers and sisters and Aboriginal.
And a lot of people are talking about having they keep talking this reparation talk. Reparation. Well, look, man, the way y'all wording it, you couldn't get.
Like you said, root words. It's not like FBA is not a lineage. It's the wordage that they use. They have a lineage tied to America. We have it no matter if we call yourself a SpongeBobian, if you don't know who you are, you still have a lineage somewhere. I happen to know where the lineage is tied to majority of Black Americans.
I was just talking about the war reparations. And
yeah,
that's what
I mean,
the right word should be called is war reparations for, if you call yourself Black, just understand that if you're saying you Aboriginal of this land, you connected to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment that's talking about the Civil War reparations. That's all I was saying, but I'll digress.
And another thing is too, and the main reason why it can't be done on that type of scale is because a lot, like Bat was saying, a lot of people don't even really understand and grasp the concept of they real connection and shit, even though they know they feel disconnected from Africa, what they've been taught.
All I'm saying, go ahead, my bad, bro. Let me
No, you good, bro. But the thing is that it's a lot of treaties that they're not upholding right now because nobody is really calling them to task, because a lot of people don't even really understand their connection here and shit through their ancestors and shit. So you have people that's taking advantage of that, and then the majority of the people who's supposed to be benefiting from it don't even know that they are a part of that. But the majority of the people start realizing they are a part of that, then you can start putting together groups and organizations to start combating that with strength and numbers behind that. But all our organizations that have strength and numbers to the masses is really derailing towards other shit than the most important shit. We waiting on, like, I don't even want to disrespect it because it's really not a handout, but we're waiting for them to give us something instead of just start giving something to ourselves first and then go to task with that shit, eventually and shit. Not saying stop, but right now we need to start giving ourselves some
Can
shit
I add
as
on
well
real
too.
quick?
We can't start dealing with political. My bad, brother. I just want to dialogue. We can't go and handle political affairs if we can't even get on a small grassroots level of organization. See, if we having contention with terms and the terms that people use, and you being the smart one, not able to look at the terms and understand that people still have a lineage. Black people still have a lineage, whether they call themselves Black people or not. Do y'all understand that or not? Right?
That's
you
a big fact.
So what I want y'all to understand as the people that looks at it from a bird's eye point of view is to be able to tell them and give a different vocabulary and articulate wordage that encompasses our lineage as well. You understand me? And like I said, we're going to have to fight for it. All these treaties been disrespected. None of these treaties been respected. And people who've been trying and pushing and talking this treaty shit since the Pan-Indian movement. Nothing's been successful with them treaties and asking these people to respect law and ordinance. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like we got to sustain ourselves, start organizing, showing that we can deal with ourselves and organize on the grassroots level. And when we come back and start having this conversation, it'll be more of a we just sitting at the table. We're not asking to sit here. We just here. We organize and formulate it. Our voices can be heard on a political level, which can give us footing for economic level. We don't gotta ask to come to a table that we built. We just gonna come and sit. We don't know how to come sit at that table no more. We ain't formulated and built a chair that's structured enough for us to be able to sit on comfortably, to be able to have us our weight, to be able to bear on it, to be able to take a load off. No, we ain't even got that part yet.
Lean on their ass. Yeah, get that weight up and lean on their ass. Nigga, make them feel that presence.
Hey, you know what? And I just want to add on to what Root was saying, because I think we missing what he's saying. And it all goes together. And you know me, how I am with words. So if we're before I even begin to have a discussion about a word, I'm going to first see what the word means. So when we're dealing with reparations, we're dealing with repair, an act of mending. All right. But what Ruth said, and which is key, is that reparations is compensation for war damage owed by the aggressor. All right. So when we talk about how these motherfuckers done destroyed our cities during the Civil War, that's reparations. We don't want reparations for slavery. We ain't talking about slavery. We talking about y'all coming in here and blowing up our shit and stealing our property and burning down all the motherfucking all our businesses and all the paperwork to our deeds and titles and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? The reparations is compensation for war damage. That's why these other people are being compensated. They're not being compensated because they were enslaved or because they were conquered. They're being compensated because motherfuckers blew they shit up and now they got to repair it. Reparations, repair.
Right. Repair the nation. And it deals with war crimes. And like I said, that's why I tell y'all, we didn't just go through just war crimes. We went through Jim Crow as well. That was very detrimental to our people. Sharecropping, taxation. It was a lot of things that our people fell victim to that need to be compensated for. It's not just a slavery talk. Not all of us, our people was enslaved. But a lot of our people dealt with a lot of this shit that affected our people here. And it must be brought up on the table. It must be revealed.
Yeah, they bombed Tulsa. That's documented. It's documented.
Not to mention other man-made disasters with intentions and shit, like building these certain levees that they knew was gonna break during the rain season that diverted all the water to flood out people's towns and shit that's still on the lakes to this day. Man, a lot of that shit wasn't done by force. They deliberately build dams a certain way, knowing that it was going to redirect the water once.
They done flooded the whole city
and broke it.
Is on top of the city.
I just think that this kind of talk will bring more black people to the Aboriginal side. That's all I was just bringing that.
Listen, it will, but we got to understand where to meet these people where they at. We can't expect them to go the extra mile when they don't even know what's up the extra mile. We got to meet them where they at and be like, yo, brother, it's greener on the other side of this at the end of this. You understand me? This black leads you to this Aboriginal greatness and understanding that you're not just black, that you are American guys. But you got to learn how to meet them where they are. You understand me?
That part, Bap. A lot of people get so educated that they've like, oh, I'm not gonna stoop down there to that level. Where if you don't meet them where they at, they can never elevate themselves to come to the level where you think you at. And I think that make your level even smaller because now you too big head and not realizing that it took someone to spark that idea in your brain to get you where you at, and you don't want to show the same patience and love to your brother and your sister that was where you was at one point in time and shit. Because we all was indoctrinated at one point in time through the school system. We had to snap up out of this and then start really paying attention to them stories we heard growing up. And that made us dig into that shit to get a better understanding, not only changing your mindset, but also your elders' mindset. Because you got to remember that indoctrination didn't start with you. The shit started before the elder you speaking to was born and shit. So, yeah, real shit, Bap.
No, for real, man. We got a couple brothers on here. We got a couple people in the back we're gonna rotate with. We got Unconscious one, aka Hanuki L. Hopefully you're getting well over there, brother. Peace and blessings.
Yo, I'm on here too, yo.
Bless.
Yo, what's up to the guy, yo? Yo, what up, Chop Liver, yo? Y'all be treating me bad, yo.
Nah, man, hold on, man. You got the mic.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to my brother, nonetheless. I forgot I just let nonetheless rotate this motherfucker. Shout out to the God. Got them Baltimore in the building. Yo, what's up?
Tribe.
No, yo, you got royalty on here, motherfucker. Hanu L, and you know what I mean? A1 111 Truth. Ain't hard.
Nigga, you royalty too.
Long live the Republic.
Yeah.
Nah, yo, just fucking with y'all, yo. Y'all going in, yo. I think like the way I look at it, right? I think that man, you know, I think our people, yo, I think I got a passion. I think all of us do actually have a passion on educating our people, and we got our own lane. And you know, I'm passionate about educating our people about what they really dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the whole thing in a nutshell. Our people are angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I was angry because things didn't make sense. You know, even as a child, you know what I mean? You having fun. You know what I'm saying? You living your life, but it was always something, you know what I'm saying, that was like, that didn't make sense. And I think that's what a lot of our brothers and sisters on these streets, they're just angry, yo, because these lies in this country and the lies that, you know, shit that they been fed, yo, don't make sense, bro. So it's throwing us off balance, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I wanna really address what the sister that was on the panel was stating, right? Especially when you talk about slavery, and you got to understand that slavery is not just slavery, right? Because you got to look at the English language and how the words, they change words from employment, you know what I'm saying, servitude, you know what I mean, servants and stuff like that. Years later, they start throwing everybody into slavery because they want to act as if they were the elites. You see what I'm saying? On the caste system. That's very important to that caste system to have certain people up here fighting to keep the people down here at a certain level. You see what I'm saying? To make them feel special. So when you talk about reparations, let's deal with that, right? And slavery for our people that they try to throw on our people. What happened was the United States government went into bankruptcy several times, right? So when you go into bankruptcy, you gotta understand that's a corporate structure. That means that you no longer owe the creditors. You see what I'm saying? We was the creditors. So when you talk about free labor, we got thrown into free labor because just like if you work for a corporation, right, that company goes bankrupt, right? That company goes bankrupt. They take all your 401k. You earn that. They never paid you for the money that they owe you. So now what happens? You are forced into almost like a slavery separation because you're like, damn, I worked all these years. Y'all never paid me whatever. You know what I mean? So now in the history book, they might look at you and write you off as a slave. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with the U.S. right now. So I'm gonna make this quick. The United States right now is in what you call receivership. You feel what I'm saying? Now look up the word receivership, and you will see what we're under right now. They liquidated their assets and sold the labor through a debt system through the Federal Reserve to the foreign bankers. So they're not, but to hide it from the people, they giving us, but they not really hiding it though. That's what really gets me kind of pumped up and angry. You know what I mean? Because we got so-called intelligent people in this community. Even Tariq Nasheed, I don't think he even understands this shit. Bro, what he has to understand, and people that's really in the forefront, right? You got to understand what we're dealing with. When you're in receivership, that means that the trustees, let's call them trustees, now hold the assets of the American people or people on that continent as collateral. You feel what I'm saying? To foreign bankers. Now, we have to step up and let these people that's in charge, we have to give them instructions. You're not asking them for anything. And once we get into that mindset of not asking and telling them what we are and learn and telling them that we're not debtors and making that clear that we're not no motherfucking debtors, this is our land, the more our people will get out of this struggle and understand business, because that's what it's all about, bro. We got to understand business. We got to understand banking. We got to understand the rules of bankruptcy. You see what I'm saying? Because every brother in jail, for real, the only reason they in jail because they didn't pay their taxes. You feel what I'm saying? If they paid their taxes on that court case, they would get out of jail. That's number one. And they charging you every day that you're in jail. People don't know that. They're taking money out of your trust and charging you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a place to stay. Taking it out of your Social Security account.
And don't
That's all I want to say, bro.
And don't forget they're all there voluntarily. Every nigga is in prison voluntarily, bro. Whether you realize it or not. That's why you got to sign them papers.
And like I said, this debt system and this tax system switched over. And before it switched over, you got to realize when it was in regular currency, a lot of our people invested into these banks, and a lot of these banks bailed out. They literally ran off with our people's check. They didn't pay them for compensation for building up half of these nations, towns, and cities.
Right. Unpaid labor.
Unpaid labor. The wages for that is still in operation today. Then not only that, the people that they owed it to, they changed their name. So now
And they owe us interest on it too.
So even if you did get the check, your name is not what the check is written out to. So now they done created fraud on you. See, it's a whole system in play. You touched a lot of shit right there, A1. Nonetheless, we got A1 on here, man. Shout out to the guy A1, man. I know he want to get it in, man. Shout out to the God. Shout out to the God.
Hey, share my screen, we got receiver on it. It's very interesting.
We got 300 people in the chat too, by the way. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video. It's very, very important for you guys to share the live stream. Go ahead, Brother Hawk. What were you saying?
Oh, Hawk, so you pulled it up, receivership?
Yeah, no, I just pulled up receivership. Like you said, I'm sharing the screen. But what's crazy is receiver plus tip, which is very interesting. But when you see what receiver is, this shit is straight about being a motherfucking criminal. A person who knowingly harbors criminals. Probably a government clerk. What? A receiver of stolen goods? This is the origin of this shit? So y'all came over here receiving all our shit.
Exactly, bro. That's what they that's the system they're using. I'm telling you.
And what you gotta put? Received. As soon as you get some shit, what you gotta write? Received. What the fuck? Man, I'm dead. That's what I mean, these words, bro. Niggas need to slow down sometime, quit talking so motherfucking much, and see what the fuck is being said, bro.
Right. Sometimes that's what you got 2 ears for, goddamn. To listen double the amount. You understand me? So yeah, man, we really got to start listening. That's why I like to have these conversations. I ain't gonna be in here long, man. We're encroaching almost 3 hours, man. But yeah, I want to let everybody get a chance to build. Shout out to Nonetheless Hawk School, Root Words, Mr. Mathematics. He didn't get to say nothing, but he was in the panel. Shout out to everybody that was on here. Hey man, big bro A1, man, Ahanu, what's up with it, brother? You gotta unmute yourself over
there.
You
see 1884 right there. So that's around reconstruction. That's dead in the Reconstruction era.
New shit. You already know.
Yeah, so they started receiving all our shit. You feel what I'm saying? When they filed bankruptcy, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
That's why they created the 14th Amendment, was creating the debtors to come into their 10-mile radius of DC as the ones as the laborers that's going to work off the debt. So at what point you go from 0 citizens to everybody that signs up through the 14th Amendment are now pledging their labor to pay off this debt.
Now listen, what's crazy about that is that you're going to owe double time because you get taxed for being a resident of the United States without a home. Now we know that once they converted you over to this 4th Amendment citizenship, you instantly became a resident without a home. Now, where's this residence without a home? Meaning that everybody that's a citizen of the United States cannot fit inside of the United States. The United States is only a 10 square mile area in DC.
Not even. Peace.
And you niggas can't, all the citizens of America, quote unquote, United States of America, cannot fit there. So that means you got to, this is how taxation come in. You know what I'm saying? This is how this whole taxation come in, man. Well, go ahead, A1. You got the flow, man.
I said it's peace. Nonetheless, it's not even 10 by 10 square mile. They lying about that. You know what I'm saying? They don't. The last conversation that I heard about how big the United States was, they were saying that it wasn't even 10 by 10 square blocks. It was smaller than that. But nonetheless, what he's saying is right though. But I just tell you like this, nonetheless, don't blow a blood vessel trying to summarize that everything you saying, because what you saying, it takes, it'll take at least a month. I mean, well, certain people is very intelligent. Now, I ain't gonna say some people might got everything you said right now, but to get a real understanding, we need a drawing board. We need some Sharpie. I mean, well, not the Sharpies. We need the markers. We had to draw stuff.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Hey, well, you've been telling me to do a bill for a minute, yo. So I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do it soon, yo. You know what I mean? Hook up with you, yo.
Bro, you'll really have to have a board in front of you And
Yep, yep.
and summarizing, I'm telling you, because a lot of people, they don't understand how this
Yeah,
applies
yeah.
to anything that we're saying. Rule word still on?
I don't think so.
No.
Rule word be kicking rocks, but somebody said something about getting reparations under FBA. Now I know AP play Tariq.
What happened? Hey, when you cut out, brother? You cut out. Mic check. Mic check.
But yeah, I thought that was me. Go ahead.
Nah, maybe his shit cut out. But yeah, man. If niggas getting the conversation of reparations for FBA on the table, then niggas need to be getting in position to get the reparations on the table for Aboriginal born people. I mean, it's just that simple. We can't head on what another man doing if you ain't doing shit on your end. Point blank, period. Stop that pocket watching shit. That's that emotional decision making shit. And emotional based decision making is borderline jealousy based decision making. Shout out to my brother, Big Dog Philly OG.
Salute, Big Dog.
Philly OG.
Grand Rising, everybody. Much love. Much respect to everybody. Shout out to AP. I just wanted to say real quick, things that we can prove is reclassification with them birth certificates and crimes against humanity. That's things we can prove. But niggas don't want to, niggas don't want to unite. But the only way I still say that you can sue a corporation is through another corporation. But we can prove crimes against humanity and reclassification through their birth certificate system. And that's a fact. I'll land right there.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. The link is in the chat for anybody want to come on before we get out of here, man. We about to get ready to get out of here. So if anybody want to come on here real quick before we get out of here, we about to get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Much respect to everybody. Appreciate you for letting me up.
Yeah,
you feel good to be Aboriginal. You already know what time it is.
That's big facts, though, Big Dog.
That's what it is. One of the main things. It's a system in place. It ain't just one thing they angling in on us. They did one thing that led to them doing another thing that led up to them doing another thing, and all of it came to be catastrophic and play into our detrimental positions today. So yeah, man, you out Philly OG, the class,
and they hiding.
That's just the one thing, bro. You know what? I just want to add on real quick, man. Not to interrupt you, nonetheless. Salute, but
no, you good.
As because you know what we've been studying lately, you know what I'm saying, tracing, getting into their paperwork and all this kind of shit and how they moving with all that shit. But what I'm realizing is when it comes to the squatters' rights and the adverse possession of the land, I just want you to see how the shit correlates. It has to be hostile, and hostile doesn't mean negative and warlike. Hostile means without permission. The only way to claim the land through adverse possession is to not have permission to be there, my nigga. So if you steady gonna be coddling to these motherfuckers or whatever the fucking word for sucking dick is, that's more respectful. If you steady gonna be asking for permission, you're never gonna get anything, my nigga. Go clean your room, nigga. You're not going outside.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. It's like it's just like when you give okay, if you got a lawyer, right? Because a lot of people, they get so educated, right? Even people that know this information, that know about the how the system works, they don't really like working with attorneys, right? Because attorneys are part of the bar association, the British accredited registry, right? That's what bar stands for. Even though when you talk to lawyers, they'll deny it. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't want to work with them. But at the same time, if you give them a letter of instructions or the fancy word or the official word is a letter of rogatory, and get them to read it when y'all go to court into the record, where they have to set aside their bar accreditation, and they actually work for you. If they refuse to do it, that's when you fire them. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's why these courts are set up the way they are. You see what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers are hiding behind other corporations. So therefore, it's really not the white man for real, because they don't really run shit. However, the word white has been codified in the Articles of Incorporation as far as the court system and through these Article 1 courts. So that's where the white supremacy comes in at, because you got to understand what that white entity means. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that we have to really internalize and understand when we're dealing with corporations, and how one corporation can own another corporation, and that corporation can own another one. So you feel what I'm saying? So it's a domino effect, bro. When you talk about this fucking weird ass system they got going here, man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say, yo.
And you know what? One thing we noticed in our research, and I'm sure everybody can attest to this, is that the first thing these motherfucking colonizers did was send their little mixed ass kids to law school.
Yeah, man.
That's a big fact. Yeah.
It's that deep, man. We can do a bill every day for the next 5 years explaining the corruption that they done did, man. So yeah, y'all niggas.
Yeah, man.
So listen,
hey,
man.
Yo, real quick, when you really look at it, these motherfuckers are cowards, bro. Like, that's why I don't really get into the white supremacy, because, yo, when you look at how they set this shit up, these motherfuckers are cowards, bro. They're scared of us. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say, bro. Go ahead. I apologize, bro.
These niggas definitely cowards, man. These niggas are definitely cowards. And like I said, we doing what we doing to elevate our people, even doing it deprivement, man. Stop hating on other brothers that's doing what they doing. Do what you do. If you feel like somebody need to do this, oh, we need to do this. Well, y'all should be doing that. Why ain't you doing it? All right, stop watching other people's progression. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to Nonetheless, Big Dog Philly OG, A1, Big Brother Hawk School, everyone. Shout out to the American Gods, man. With that being said, we about to get ready to get out of here. Peace and blessings. If you're listening to this right now and you hear my voice and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You understand me? And if you want to support the channel, Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom on the screen. With that being said, peace and love to all the American Aborigines. Make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all be aware. Make sure y'all be vigilant. Make sure y'all stay dangerous. This your brother Aboriginal Power, and we out. Peace.
We're still here. I still have my practices. We know who we are. This is who we are. So you can call me colored, you can call me Negro, you can call me black.
Oh, man. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me.
What kind of Indian are you?
Like Tonto Indian?
Shinnecock Indian.
Really? You're Shinnecock?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you were Shinnecock.
Yeah, could have fooled me.
That's the kind I am.
Hey.
So you should be Big Chief Bastard, not Old Dirty.
His family was here when Columbus landed, huh?
Is that right?
Yes.
So you are not a black man, you're an Indian?
I'm an Indian.
No kidding. Now, this is a shock.
We are learning more to...
I don't need no gun to do my thing. Mao Zedong said that power grows out the barrel of a gun. He never said that power was a gun. That's why I don't need no gun to do my thing. What I need is some freedom. What I need is the power to determine my destiny.